The Reaper, The Maelstrom, and The Thief is a Dungeons & Dragons show by Rollcast, intended for, mature audiences. It contains mature themes, strong language, violence, and drug references. But full content warnings can be found in the episode's description. Lovely.
Hello and welcome back to Rollcast. I'm Tom, the DM, and joining me as usual is our erstwhile gnome, Deeks, played by JB.
Hey.
Our cleric with no faith, Gregor, played by Kugan.
Good evening.
And our completely, totally normal human, Ezador, played, of course, by Gaz.
Hello.
So, guys, as is our custom, I have a question for you all here. It is similar to one of the first questions that we had, in that it is not very polite in the slightest, but hey-ho, we'll work with what we've got. So, Gregor.
Yes.
What has been your most embarrassing sexual conquest?
Ooh.
I told you guys were going to regret this one.
Can't really think. I haven't been on many dates since I've been on the run. But I think it's got to be the time when I was with two companions of mine. I got very, very drunk, and I thought I was hitting on another fellow Dragonborn. Turns out it was a coat rack. That was quite embarrassing. I only remembered it, I think, the day after, I believe. It was not a pleasant memory. I might not remember it at all.
I vaguely remember that myself, so let's move on from that one quickly. Deeks, how about you? What's been your most embarrassing sexual conquest?
Probably the embarrassing part of it is that he's never had any sexual conquest.
Virgin.
What a virgin.
He's very old. He's very old as well.
So he's unlikely to get laid anytime
He's
soon.
unlikely to get laid, yeah. It's not really his top priority either. It's not.
How old is Dix again?
64, I believe he is.
You can think of a name in this
65.
chapter, the 64-year-old virgin.
For those at home, if you're 16 and you haven't been laid yet, there's something wrong with it.
He's 62.
Okay, dealing with a couple of things very quickly here. One, doesn't matter what age you are, it's fine. Not getting cancelled over that, Gaz. Two, mid-60s sounds about right. And three, I suppose it makes sense for Deeks. He likes to spread books, not legs. Ezador.
Yes.
What has been your most embarrassing sexual conquest, I guess?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose it's all rather embarrassing when you think about it, isn't it?
I mean, is it though?
Go on.
Well, yes, it can be around certain circles. I mean, it's not something you say in casual chat over the dinner table all the time, is it?
Give us the details.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Gregor on this one. Gotta have to give us some details here.
Well, I mean, what class is embarrassing?
Have you ever slept with, I don't know, something that you thought was one thing but turned out to be another, like a broom? Or a shapeshifter?
You said it's all been embarrassing, so just choose one.
Yeah, just choose one of them. Have you slept with a goblin? That's quite embarrassing.
Well, actually, that's rather phobic of you towards a goblin.
I think Deeks had sex with the books.
Sticky pages.
So, the last time that we saw you guys, you had just finished confronting Corvirian Bonecrusher, and you had a brief fight with him, during which you incapacitated him and successfully led him to the shopkeeper, Toby Newden. Once at Toby's shop, you interrogated Corvirian a little bit more, and you learnt that whilst Corvirian hadn't killed Toby's wife, he did know who had done it. And unfortunately, Corvirian was the one who had blackmailed Toby. After learning this, and after learning that the murderer was a guard under Toby's watch named Genesis Orin, Toby lamented over the fact that Corvirian was the one who had convinced him initially to join the cult. Overcome by rage, Toby murdered Corvirian in cold blood, stabbing him multiple times before jamming the knife in Corvirian's eye. Once he began to calm down, Toby explained his background with the cult to the group. The cult was founded by the leader, as the name would suggest, someone called Dravlen Temple, someone that the group had had previous run-ins with. Within weeks of their founding, the group had realised that they needed provisions, and as such, knowing of Toby's grief, Corvirian introduced Toby to Dravlan, and the two of them came to an accord. Toby would acquire goods and foodstuffs for the cult, and the cult in return, after having the items delivered to a safe space, the cult would reimburse Toby for his troubles, for his stock, and with the end goal of basically bringing back his wife, bringing Jessica back from the dead. The cult kept him at arm's length so that he didn't know too much, but figuring from some of the lists, Toby deduced that the cult must be based within Salt Harbour somewhere, although unfortunately he did not quite know where. He also told the group of his run-ins with the scientist called Rill. Rill having turned up one day randomly at the shop, almost demanding items from Toby. Toby explained how Rill looked to the group. Unfortunately, he didn't know where Rill himself resides, but pretty much told the group of a almost reptilian-faced, bald person who is very cold and logical. Additionally, Toby said that whilst he doesn't know where the cult themselves are based within Salt Harbour, there is another delivery due for pickup within 2 days, so if they had the time, they could always stake out the delivery point. Additionally, Toby deduced that Genesis Orin, the one who had carried out the murder of his wife, would be the acolyte, mainly due to the fact that Genesis seemed to do whatever Corvirian, who was revealed to be the quartermaster, whatever Corvirian wanted him to do, Genesis would do. So it would make sense for him to be the acolyte and to allow people in and out of the city as needed. The next morning, Deeks, you headed out into the dark area, whilst Gregor and Ezador began to head out towards the barracks. Deeks ran into Nezi-Ood, the Crystal Keeper, who, worried about his missing apprentice, Vesh, asked if Deeks could help find her, or at the very least, keep an eye out for her. Deeks agreed and continued along to the dark area. Once there, he entered Mega Scientia and came out with both a black Numine crystal and a blue Numine crystal. Meanwhile, Gregor and Ezador ran into Nezi-Ood, who told them about Vesh's disappearance. Gregor in turn realised that her disappearance might actually be related to the cult, seeing as they wanted to replicate Numine crystals, and Vesh, being a crystal keeper, might hold that power within her. After they had agreed to help, Nezi told the group that the previous day, Vesh would have had a schedule that she would have had to have kept to in order to check things and make sure that pockets of magic that had been allowed in the city were operating as they should. And between these times, she would be led around by some guards. So before 10 AM, she would have been in the financial area for the plays of the founding of Salt Harbour. Between 10 and 12, she would have been at the slums for the unofficial fights, helping to heal people. In midday, she would have been at the commercial area for the dance routine that Deeks and Gregor partook in. In the early afternoon, she would have been in the outer area, helping with the pyrotechnics at the circus. And then in the late evening, between 6 and 8 PM, she would have been helping with the pyrotechnics for the firework display. And then, of course, after that, she was going to go see Sailor Twift. Gregor, you realise that the dance show had indeed had magic, as confetti transformed into butterflies, so logic would dictate that Vesh would have been there. However, you and Ezador were inconclusive about whether or not she could have helped out with the fireworks, so the two of you set to head down to the docks to get a better grasp of the situation. And that, guys, is where we left off.
Lovely.
Okay, so Deeks, you were in the dark area. You had just come out of Mega Scientia
Correct.
after purchasing a blue and black new mine crystal. Gregor and Ezador, you had just run into Nezi-Ood, who had told you about Vesh's disappearance. He'd given you a quick rundown, basically, of where she could have been during the day. You've pretty much ruled out that she's been kidnapped before midday because of the magic in the dance routine working. You think she might have made it past the fireworks show, seeing as the fireworks were let off. However, Ezador, I believe it was you who made the kind of like link that just because the fireworks were working didn't necessarily mean that Vesh had been there, because there were more than one person working on the pyrotechnics there.
Good point. Very good point.
So, the question is, who to start with? Okay, Deke, so you're currently in the dark area. Is there anywhere else that you wanted to go?
Yes, I want to go to the armor place. Is it Armor by Silvers or something?
Armor by Civilis. Yes, that's correct.
Civilis.
Yes.
Fucking hell, that's loud.
Yeah, I don't know why it started playing. That's not what I was aiming for. Okay, so Deeks, you open the door. You open the door. There we go. And as the door kind of like swings open, you see that the fire in the hearth is still blazing hot. You see the ceiling quite high, the walls stacked with armor, some kind of like aisles that have mannequins also with armor, like kind of just laid on them. I'm assuming you're walking in.
Yeah, I walk in. So, Ciencia?
Ciencia?
It's not his name. Syphilis?
Civilis, not syphilis.
Syphilis?
Very important distinction to make here between syphilis and syphilis.
Met syphilis before.
That's very close. That's very close.
It's very
gonna be
close.
Some,
All had a run in with her.
Many times.
one more time for me then.
Civlis.
Civilis.
S-I-V.
My apologies. Civilis. Anywhere?
As you're saying this, you see like the figure that was by the counter just pop his head up, his red eyes just kind of like looking straight at you with very short hair. Bonjour.
Bonjour. I'll go for a handshake over there if I can reach over the counter.
Kind of reaches down, starts shaking your hand. What can I do for you today, my petit friend?
Thank you very much. I've simply come to collect the goods.
Oui. The mushroom armor. Yes, Deeks.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes, oui. You had paid already, yes? Oui?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. Is it ready?
Oui. It was a special one that I made just for you using the mushrooms from Bilitus. It's very nice, very nice. Un moment, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
Just kind of starts walking out and you hear some rustling around. You hear the clanging of quite a lot of armors. It's kind of like falling off. You just say, merde. And then after a couple of seconds of silence, he comes out and he's got some armor. It is pretty much just like the kind of like top half of it. And it looks like it's made out of leather, but as he like reaches forward with it, you see that it's not leather from a cow, it is leather made using mushrooms. As you're looking closer and closer, roll me, as he's pretty much placing it in your hands.
Fuck.
Roll me a nature check, please.
At least they're on hand.
At least they're on hand, yeah, I'll give you that much.
I believe I've got a point of exhaustion as well, haven't I?
You do, yes, unfortunately.
So, nature, you said?
Yes, please.
That will be 11 then.
11. So as you're looking at it, you can tell, yes, one, they're definitely mushrooms. And although you can't quite source where from the Bilitus forest they are, you know they are definitely from the Bilitus forest. They've got a distinctive smell to them that reminds you of home.
Yeah, similar to my hat.
Yes. The material is very similar to your hat. As he's handing it over to you, Civilis just kind of looks down. This is your hammer, oui. Allows you to be stealthy. If you kill how you say, a creature larger, oui, you then you heal in the next 3 turns. Your healing effects will be doubled. Un +1 to your AC.
Yes,
So-
would you care to help me with this? I just want to try it on.
Oui. So, what are you currently wearing then? Is it kind of like a robe?
There's not much I've got on, so bare minimum, to be honest.
So yeah, pretty much. Then you kind
Don't
of
need to
take
take any armor off.
you take the robe off itself. Then you keep your undershirt and everything else on. It's like, un moment, armsies, s'il vous plaît.
Oui.
And as you've just popped your little arms up, he just kind of like, in one quick motion with like the armor on in each of his hands, just whoosh, slides it straight down perfectly on you. Genial, c'est beautiful, oui.
Just want to have a look at the fit. Make sure there's no gaps underneath. Pass it over the shoulder.
It's a perfect fit.
This is amazing.
Oui. So,
Incredible work.
incredible.
I'd be awfully inclined to give you a tip if I.
Oui.
But I'm a little short on funds.
That pun was enough.
But I'll
Yes,
be
you may
sure
go.
to remember, and I will come back.
Oui, terrific. I'm not sure what accent that was.
Terrific.
Terrific. Just from a gameplay point of view, you're allowed to. This armor allows you to roll stealth checks without the usual disadvantage when it comes to wearing medium armor. If you kill a creature larger than yourself, and you heal within the next 3 turns after killing it, so say like on turn 1, you kill a creature that's larger than you. Turn 2, 3, and 4, if you heal in any of them, the healing effect is doubled, but only for one of them. You can't heal in 2, 3, and 4.
That's if I'm healing myself with a spell. You mean
If you're healing anyone
anyone?
at all, and it doesn't have to be a spell, it can
Perfect
even be a
armor for him.
potion.
He's a gnome.
And then you've got a +1 to your AC as well.
Yeah. Is this a homebrew
It is,
by any
yes.
chance? Yeah. So I'll have to customize individually then.
Yeah, I was going to say, well,
Do that.
I think you can. You might either that, or you might have to just have it in notes. What I'll do though is I will send you a quick private message as well with the stats and stuff.
I can do it. Override AC.
Right, that should be with you. Additionally, there are some other effects. I don't know if you remember when you were first introduced to Civilis and Sylvis. They have a thing that they like to call legendary effects.
Yeah.
However, you need to unlock these legendary effects. So this armor does do other stuff. However, there is hidden criteria before they will unlock. If you want, you can always ask Civilis about this. He might know, he might not know.
Yeah. So, Civilis, care to give me a quick tour, well, mindful tour as it is, about the armor itself and what said abilities are.
Oui. The dark elf just kind of like leans up and then crouches down on his knees, so he's kind of like at your face height. His eyes are just kind of like piercing you for a second, and then looks at the armor. Oui, so as I said, the armor allows stealth, whereas the armor normally would not. I've already told you about the killings of the large creatures, larger health, and obviously it is more sturdy than what you had previously known. I believe I told you previously, Monfrere and I have special things that we put in armor. We call them legendary. This one, well, the effects shall be of a surprise, mon petit friend.
A surprise.
Oui. However, I can tell you that in order to unlock them, you need to kill up to 10 creatures larger than yourself.
Okay.
After 2 kills, the 10th creature, ironically also called Deeks.
Okay.
That's how you say 10 in my language, Deeks.
Ah, yes. We
After the Deeks one, they will unlock.
Well, I suppose that's a good motivation to for the
Unsurprised.
healing as well. It's 8. Do you think it has something to do with extra healing, or do you simply not know? Why is it a surprise?
Well, no, that's very German. Well, if I told you that. If I told you that, then, well, Silvis e Sivlis like to surprise, and that always brings customers back.
I do hope so. I hope it's not a bad surprise.
Oh, no, c'est génial.
Okay.
That means great.
I can take
great.
I can take your word on that.
Oui.
Then that is enough for me.
It will be everything you wanted and more.
That is good enough for me. I guess that's it. Hey, I'm free. I'm free to leave. I'm taking.
Oh, oui. Or
It's all been paid for.
Oui.
And I'll pick my my robe up
Yeah. So you've
and
just now.
and drape this over. Yeah, my hat.
So yeah, now
Back
that
on.
the rope is now that the robe is back on, you've kind of fastened it up. The only kind of real telling part is like just a little gap at the top of the robe. You've now got like this little mushroom leather type of thing poking out.
Yeah, I'll just pop the hat. Turn around, say au revoir, and on my way.
Au revoir, mon frère.
And now I'll start heading back to these.
Yeah. So as you are heading back to them, Gregor and Ezador, you two had decided that you wanted to head to the docks. Yes.
Yes. To the docks.
Wonderful. So as you start heading towards the docks, you can hear, despite it being relatively early in the morning, you can already hear the hubbub of life, like swarming around you. There are people pretty much walking from the docks themselves onto ships. You can see quite a few people walking off of the ships, and sorry, I just blanked there for a sec. You can see them walking off the ships with crates and kind of like just dumping them onto the side. There's quite a lot of movement around here, which you would expect pretty much for a morning in a busy port town.
Right, we need to find where they set off these fireworks.
Aye, indeed. Mighty fine ships, I see.
Yes.
I remember I used to have a few of these back in my hometown.
I've not had a very good experience with boats.
Why, what's the matter with boats? Great inventions. Do you know the best thing about boats?
They float.
Indeed.
Just hear a seagull squawking overhead randomly as you say that. As you
I'm not a big fan of them.
as you're kind of like going back down the stairs onto the dock itself, you've now got onto the dock. There is the straight wooden planks in front of you. There's a couple of kind of like gangways leading out towards the ships. There is the guardhouse in one corner, and there's kind of like a winch system near where you are at the moment to help ships that have been kind of like damaged.
Guardhouse. I think we should go to that. The guards will know where they've been setting off the fireworks.
Yes, that's probably a good call, Jack.
Yes, I'll just walk on to...
So as you're
Guards
walking
house.
by, a couple of people bump into you, just not intentionally, they're just hurrying around essentially.
Excuse me, thank you.
Watch where you're going, heavy load,
My bad.
load.
Check my pockets.
My bad.
Are you checking your pockets, Ezador?
I am, yes. Just checking my pockets. You've got to be careful around these parts, you know, my friend.
Roll me a perception check.
14.
14. Everything's still there. So as you're travelling along, and Ezador, you're kind of patting down your shirt and your pockets and whatnot, Gregor, you're just accidentally kind of bumping into people as you go by.
Sorry, good. Go on. Excuse me.
Oh, watch where you're
Sorry.
going! You just hear a as someone falls into the ocean.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies. Important business. Important business. Should keep going.
There's a bit of a crowd gathering from, like to help this guy out, and you two are just kind of like sloping off into the distance. You approach the guardhouse quite rapidly. It looks like once upon a time it probably would have been a boathouse with the front of it having a wall, but also kind of like a segment cut out of it where boats can park. The side of it is just your pretty much stereotypical kind of wooden shack type of thing with windows, and same on the front, except it has a very large door.
I just go bang, bang, bang straight on the door.
As you're hitting the door, you hear a crack as the hinges just kind of like, and the door swings inwards.
May have gone a bit too hard on that.
As you're stood in the entrance, two guards just kind of rush from two rooms on either side, just dashing out. The bloody hell's happening here then?
Hi.
Did you do this?
I just knocked on the door and it just fell apart. I mean, I think you need that sorting straight away. I just walking in, just like.
As you're walking in, roll me a persuasion, please.
Oh, have I still got the
Yes, it was for
I think-
72 hours.
72 hours? Is that a re-rolls?
I don't believe it was. I believe it was just a plus.
+4 for charisma and immunity for fire immunity. That's the one.
Yeah. So you've got a +4 to your charisma.
12. That was a 4 as well.
He kind of looks at you as you're walking in. He holds out a hand. It's all right, Percy. I'll deal with this. The other guard says to the one who was kind of worried. But he did that to our door. It's all right. I'll deal with him. And the guy called Percy slopes off.
Ah, very kind of you.
Yeah.
Ezador, he's in here.
Who is?
The guard that's going to tell us information. Of
Oh,
course.
that's good.
I didn't know this, but all right. For a starter, though, 5 gold for the door you've just bust a hinge on. I'm going to have to repair that.
You know what? Fair enough. I just reach into my bag of holding, bring out 2 5 gold pieces, and just place them
Kind
on his
of
hand.
drop. Looks at them. All right, that'll do. Just pockets them. Right, so you said that you wanted some information, yeah?
Yeah. We was wondering where the fireworks were going off.
Oh, on the docks themselves. Not on the gangways, on the main part of the deck. Safest place, something goes wrong, surrounded by water.
And wood.
Brilliant.
Well, yeah, but the wood's damp in it. There's water everywhere.
Good point.
The fire.
Also, do you know if a fellow companion of mine, if I can remember her name, there we go, Vesh. Was Vesh on the docks at all?
Well, I personally wasn't here, mate, for this. Thankfully, I had the night off. Yeah, it was quite lucky for me. I'm not sure. I presume she was. She was helping Nezzy, wasn't she? Some of the guys from the fireworks company, I guess you'd call them, pyrotechnics company. I'm fairly sure I saw them on the dock still just packing away some of their shit.
Oh,
I'm fairly
brilliant.
sure
Yeah,
they've got another event.
do you know, can you just point them in the direction, please?
Just kind of leans out and you can see an old-looking orc, very wide, very battle-scarred, very dark green, just kind of like hoisting up a very large crate, and he's stepping onto a ship. Just behind him, you see a much younger lad. You'd wager late teens, early 20s. relatively scrawny looking, but he's still picking up a couple of crates and kind of like lugging them forward.
Ah,
I believe it's
lovely.
probably those two, mate. You can see by
Brilliant.
their outfits, they've got like these bright red outfits with yellow kind of sparks on the back of them.
Ah, lovely, yes. We'll go and speak to them at once. Thank you very much. Also,
You're
by
right.
the way, one more thing.
Yep.
Did you see the performance last night?
Last night, which Sailor's performance.
Yes. Oh, no, not Sailor's performance. The reenactment.
Oh, the one at lunch. Yeah, actually, I was one of the guards that was stationed around there. I did manage to catch it on the side. It was very good until, until some criminals got involved.
I thought it was your day off.
No, it was my afternoon off. I had the evening shift off.
Can I roll an insight?
You can, yes.
It's going to stay looking suspicious at
Insight. And that's wisdom as well. Lovely. So that's a 9 altogether. So 14.
You can't be 100% sure, but you think he's telling the truth.
Good enough for me. Good enough
Seems-
for me.
I was going to say, it seems legit enough.
Oh yes, those criminals really did ruin it. Anyway, we'll be off. See you later.
Have a good day, citizen. Anything else, just let us know, yeah?
We'll do. Just
Wonderful.
barging out the door.
So you're now back on...
I was going to say, just before I leave, can I just go, yes, and get this door sorted and just give it another bang, bang.
As you hit it, the bottom hinge pops off. The door kind of like onto one side. He's just glaring at you at this point. Not even saying a word, just glaring, shooting daggers your way.
I just reach into my bag again and just pull out another 5 gold
Holds
coins.
out, holds out his hand. Lets the
Just
5
drops
gold
it.
drop. Still holds his hand out.
Another 2.
You talking. Doors are expensive. And then another 2. He just kind of clenches his hand and just slides it into his pocket. You have a good day now. Don't be
We'll see.
breaking any more doors.
Ew. Yeah, I just walk out.
So you are now back out onto the dock. JB, I'm going to say at this point in time, Deeks has had his armor pretty much fitted and everything like that. No, actually, no. No. You will have, at this point in time, because I'm just trying to figure out in my head time-wise, at this point in time, you'd have just finished Mega Scientia. As they're exiting onto the dock, this is when you're going to be going into Armor by Civilis.
All right.
Just because at the end of last session, we followed you with Mega Scientia, and as that was happening, these two would have only just got onto the scene of this. So as you two are walking out onto the dock, you can see the heavy set orc is now pretty much sat on the ship, whilst the smaller, stringy-looking lad is just hauling some smaller crates around.
Okay, I'll walk straight up to the orc.
Okay, so you walk past this scrawny kid, and as you kind of like... Are you trying to get onto the boat itself? Because this guy is on the boat.
I'll just stay like on the dock still, and just go, ahoy there! Right.
There's a very large orc, like I said, many battle scars. Got 2 big tusks coming upwards. His eye has like a large gash down it, and kind of like a bit of cloth essentially covering half of it. Half of his hair is like spiked downwards with quite a few golden rings in. You can see his ears, whilst tattered, are also pierced. It kind of opens his good eye. You see this yellow eye kind of glaring at you. What's the meaning of ahoy there?
Well, then, what do you say to fellow shipmates? I've not really been on a boat that much.
You don't
Had one
look like a
terrible
fellow
time with
shipmate
one.
to me.
No, I'm probably not, actually. Hate boats. Can't stand them.
So I think the term that you're thinking of is, hello there, Mr. Werthers.
Mr. Werthers. Ah, that's your
Yeah.
name. Ah, Nice to meet you, Mr. Werthers. I think I'll kick off with that.
Thanks. My friends call me Ogmore, but you can call me Mr. Werthers.
Impressive show last night.
Oh, the fireworks.
Yes.
Yeah, well, when you're spent, kind of like starts standing up, hands on his hips, just thrusting forward. When you spent your life on the front lines like I have, explosions, controlled ones like that, piece of piss they are, mate. They fucking look good too.
Ah, man of action.
Aye.
Where have
Yeah,
you been stationed?
Oh, yeah, there and everywhere, mate. For quite a while, there was a town guard for the Citadel. Sure you know all about that, don't you? All capital, oi oi. Yeah, and,
Of course.
yeah. Further shit, you know how rough it is there. Then, well, I was assigned to guard the Heavens Divide River near the, Dragonjaw Mountain. Had to make sure that those bastard clerics of Talos didn't come too close to our city. Always trying to brand us, they were.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
sure they were.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, they're absolute bastards they are. And I was assigned some security detail for some of the mining expeditions in the Belitas Forest. A lot of resources underneath that forest.
Resources underneath a forest. I thought it.
Coal and whatnot, apparently, swimming in it. Just have to be careful that, we had to be careful that we didn't encroach too much in certain areas. They're protected, apparently
Of
by a
course.
deity, but it's just a bunch of gnomes and mushrooms.
Yes, gnomes are not that bad though, I guess.
Sounds like the gibberish show of a madman.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Isidore?
Oh,
What was that, mate?
Did
Couldn't quite hear you from down there.
Did you say resources or racehorses?
Resources.
Resources.
I thought you said race horses.
Because Joe's thinking you said racehorses.
Just an illicit underground.
And I'm like, he's on about
Racing
coal
ring.
and stuff. I'm like, I think he means. I think he's on about resources.
The accent.
Oh,
It's the-
that's why I
it's the
said
gutting on-
resources underneath
Yeah.
underneath the forest. Who would have thought it?
So you said piss on. It sounds like the gibberish of a madman, said I.
Normal voice. Resources. Orc voice.
Right.
Resources. Okay, I heard it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna keep with it. I'm gonna keep. And I'm just
I'm-
gonna turn to
well,
myself.
I'm just
They
gonna
kept
nudge it.
racehorses underneath the forest.
I nudged it to his side. He goes, race horses. Underneath a forest. Do you think this gentleman is worth talking to?
Ha!
Yeah. Coal, wood, petrified wood, oil, all those kinds of resources. Gotta be quick with it though, because
Resources
they all
came in
run
those
out.
kind of materials.
Yeah,
Yes,
all
so
kinds
they
of
do
materials. As
they
long
do
as you
give
can
funny
burn it,
names.
a resource is a resource.
Resource. A racehorse is a
your
well. A racehorse
racehorses.
is a racehorse, I guess. I mean,
Shouldn't burn race horses. That's
I'm
cruel.
sorry, what? Racehorses? No, I said resources. Resources. You know,
resources.
Fuel.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I looked at his diet.
And yeah, after that, I just kind of, I got a bit sick of the old travelling route, so I decided to set up my own explosions business. But people, turns out, they don't like the violent explosions. They just like the pretty ones. So me and my
Everyone likes a
lad
pretty
over there,
light.
well, they do, yeah. Me and my lad over there, well, I say it's my lad. He's not. He's from around here originally, but he wanted some extra cash, so thought he could help out last night. And he did. Great deal of help.
Ah, brilliant. Also, was there someone else by the name of... I forgot that name again.
Yes.
Vesh. Was Vesh here?
As Isidore shouting over you her name. She was meant to be here, but bitch never turned up. Just assumed, you know, young kid like that, surrounded by festivities, just wanted to shirk off her job and her responsibilities and just have fun.
Insight.
Yeah, go for it, roll.
But I'm just good. It appears we seem to be narrowing it down, my friend.
No, what
18.
down?
Oh, nothing. Just
All right.
to the whereabouts, because you see this poor, well, maybe poor, but just seems to have disappeared.
Oh. With that 18, you can tell he's telling the truth. She was meant to turn up and she didn't. He doesn't know anything other than that, though, unfortunately.
So we are just in the process through friends of ours, four friends of ours, to really locate where exactly she went missing to start our search, you see.
Well, unfortunately, friend, I can't give you much more information than that. She was meant to get here for about 6ish. By about 6:30, we just kind of called it a done job. As in, she ain't gonna turn up and... Well, she might have turned up after the event, but between the hours of 6 and 8, she definitely weren't here for setup. And I personally didn't see her in the crowd during the firework demonstration.
And normally you absolutely would have seen her. It's like, you would have talked to her or everything at this event.
Well, I'm not quite sure, to be quite honest. This is the first year I've done the fireworks.
Can I roll an insight for the helper?
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to insight on him?
Trying to look if he's quite shifty or something.
Like if he's overheard the conversation and he's kind of like, yeah, go on then. Go for it. So I don't know what go on then was.
While he's doing that roll, can I just point at him and just go, you there?
Which one, the kid or the orc?
Yeah, the kid.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Gregor, roll your roll. Isidore, as you say, you there, this kid just kind of almost jumps out of his skin and just swings around with this small box of explosives. Me, sir?
Yes, you! Can we have a word?
I've got 27.
As Isidore's saying that, you notice that a bead of sweat runs down this kid's face. Alright, yeah, sure, we can talk to you. With that 27, you think it's probably more to do with the fact that a old, kind of imposing man with a shock of bright coloured hair and different coloured irises is demanding he comes over there. What's wrong, sir? Can I help anyway?
Yes, possibly. Do you know someone by the name of Vesh?
Not personally, sir. She was meant to help out yesterday and never turned up. Not quite sure why.
You know what she looks like, and you would know her if you saw her in the crowd.
Little hamster girl, yeah. Well, hamster squirrel, she's looks like one of the critters that you'd see in the forest, but like tall.
Minchkin.
Yeah, probably.
But did you see this little hamster creature yesterday? Because she... No, I'm just going to leave it at that. Did you see her yesterday?
As you guys are speaking, Deeks, you've just finished having your armor fitted, so you are now pretty much walking out of the dark area.
Yes. I was going to try and screw myself into these little bushes here, though, after I came out of that statue.
Which bushes, sorry?
You know, in the financial district. That's where you come out of in the financial district.
Oh, they're not bushes. That is an old abandoned... This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an old abandoned church, which has now got stuff growing on it.
It's got some trees, though, hasn't it?
Yes, you can hide in the trees if you wish.
Yeah, I was simply just going to go there and pull my hat over and just try and take a long rest while these guys are out for the day.
I'm going to let you have a long rest then. Bear in mind, that's 8 hours.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
At this point in time, it's probably around about 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish.
In the morning?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm willing to catch up with them later, but that depends if I'm going to miss the whole session of stuff going on.
I was going to say, we'll see how this plays out. Just as a heads up, though, that does mean that you, as a player, might not be playing for a little bit, if that's okay, because they've obviously got this conversation going on.
Yeah, well, let's start with the short rest.
Yes, that's 4 hours.
We'll see where we're at after the short rest time.
Okay, no worries. Just wanted to cover that in because I'm aware of the fact that I'm trying to balance it between a split party here. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Thanks. Nonetheless, anyway, So Ezidor, sorry, you had asked him if he'd seen Vesh at all during the day.
Can I just have my beady eye on him?
Yeah, sorry, fire engine just went by. Yeah, so if you've kind of got a BDR on him, Ezidor, you're just kind of waiting for him. I don't think I did, actually, no. I may have seen her walking around, actually, like in between the different areas and stuff, but not when she was meant to be here. I think, actually, I think I had a couple of hours spare before setting up all of this in the morning. I had some time spare. I went to that cool circus show. Tells you all about the founding of Salt Harbor, that one. She helped with some of the magic there in the morning.
Yes. Well, it appears we have a bit of issues because this little fellow has gone missing. And it would appear, if you did not see her at the specified time at 6 o'clock, then it must have happened before then.
Yeah, I'd assume so. I'd definitely assume that.
We may have to go to where the magic happened.
And she was seen at the magic, I'm asking Gregor.
Yes. She was seen there, but that would be the last place she was been seen. If she's not been seen here, we might get our answers from there.
We seem to be narrowing it down then, so that would be between the times of 6 and
6 and 8.
So yeah, she was meant to be here between 6. She was meant to be here between 6 and 8. Let me just see if I can find something for you here in my old little brain as I'm trying to remember what happened exactly.
I'll roll another insight to see if he's lying to me.
You can, roll an insight.
Loving this. 24.
He's not lying. He's just having trouble remembering where he placed this in his head.
Right.
So the time that I'd have seen her would have been before 10 a.m. That's when I was at the circus thing. Like I said, between 6 and 8, she was meant to be helping out here with the fireworks and stuff.
But she never turned up for that.
She never did, no.
I think we need to go to the circus thing. Right? Yes. And I just turn around and go straight off the docks.
Try and narrow it down for the 8 hours.
Right.
Thank you, my friend.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Helpful.
Thank you. Did you enjoy the fireworks last night?
Fantastic.
Wonderful. That's all the thanks I need.
Yeah, they're all right.
Oh. Just kind of looks crestfallen, head hangs low as he's kind of like just walking this crate of explosives back onto the ship.
I'll turn around and I go, I'm only joking, they were spectacular. So I walk away.
His face just kind of brightens up, massive big grin on his face. Thank you, sir. So I'm guessing you guys are heading to the outer area then.
Yeah, I was just gonna turn to Esdar. Esdar, do you remember where the circus was?
Nope.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I do. It's on the outskirts, so I know where it is because I did a model of this tent. Is it that yellow or that orange and yellow one?
Let me just move the map up. It is, yes. It is this up here. It is this one here.
Yeah. Yes, I do remember, actually. It's near the entrance. I remember it's a big yellow and red tent.
Brilliant. Onward.
So you guys spend probably about 20 minutes travelling up into the outer area, given how busy it is for a early morning or mid-early morning, beginning of the week type of scenario. You can see quite a lot of people, again, hustling and bustling around. People of all professions. There's some people in suits kind of like heading towards the financial area. There are people kind of like almost in slacks, covered in dirt and everything, also following you to the town outer area, looking like they might be helping out on the farms and whatnot. There's quite a few people. They look like they might be guards. They're kind of dressed in slacks and they've got weapons and they're just kind of like patrolling around, going to the different barracks around the city. After, like I said, about 15, 20 or so minutes, you find yourself in the outer area. The smell of piss and fish and shit hit you all at once, as they always do in the town outer area. As you're walking down the dirt path, there's sewage channels on either side of you. There's a large bustle of the crowd again as people are entering the city. To your right, as you're heading upwards, you hear again the swell of the slums. To your left, you hear an absence of noise apart from a couple of birds and some people running around in their residential areas. And towards the kind of like the top end of the area itself is the circus tent.
Ooh.
Ah, brilliant. Can I just have a quick look around? Can I look at the gate and look what guards are on?
As in, are you trying to spot any particular guard, or?
I'm trying to spot, what's he called?
Wow. Impressive picture, Tom.
Thank you. It is one of my first ones that I did. It took me far too long. I'm a fan
I
of
was
this
trying
one,
to
though.
spot, was it real? I can't remember.
No, you're thinking Genesis Orin.
That's the one.
However, you're going to have to do this perception with a disadvantage.
Yes.
Because you don't know what he looks like.
Okay.
You never got that information out of Corvirian.
Liars. That's what it's going to be. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. Perception.
Mm-hmm. With disadvantage, please.
Yeah, 4. I rolled 15 on the other one.
And also, yeah, just very quickly, Gaz, this is what I made in Incarnate, one of the subscription programs that I use.
It's nice, that.
I fucking love it. Took me far too long. The nighttime variant, I'm just going very off topic here because I like showing off. Is it this one? The nighttime variant is the same, but it's kind of like got street lamps. And the circus tent itself is also illuminated.
Also, there's less people on the roads, I've just noticed as well.
Yeah.
That's very clever. Yeah, you showed me these. You showed us these before, though, haven't you?
I have. It's just been that long since I've
Yeah, it's
been
a
able
long
to use
time.
them. My favourite thing. Oh, and also if you look around, there's also, you know, like in the guards barracks and stuff like that, there's lights.
Yeah.
There's some, but not all of the houses have lights on. There's guards walking around with torches. I fucking love this, man.
It's brilliant.
I'm just sad that we don't have that much chances to use it often because it doesn't fall that way. Thank you. I'm
Yeah, the
such
colours
a
are
fan of
amazing.
that. I've not been able to make one as good as this. There. Nonetheless. Sorry, I went into a little bit of facetiousness there. Gregor, you said that you got a 4, yes?
4, yes.
Unfortunately, yeah, you can only see a couple of guards walking around, milling around. They all look pretty much identical to each other. You've seen one guard, you've seen them all, unless you personally know them.
All right, let's go into this tent.
Yes, and let's ask some questions.
Yes.
The tent kind of like opens up on the fabric itself. There is a wide kind of like double door area. There's hay strewn across all of the floor itself, leading into the circus tent and the circus tent itself. As you walk by, or as you start entering the circus tent, there's a goat on one side, just like "Brr," as you pass by it.
That's good.
The goat turns to look at Isidore. "Brr." Do you want to roll animal handling for me here, Isidore?
Yeah. See where this goes.
20.
Ooh. Animal handling, that's not a common one. 8.
The goat once again, "Brr," but it's starting to sound more aggressive.
Yeah, I don't understand goat.
roll animal handling again, but this time with a disadvantage.
Oh, did you mean advantage?
No, I meant disadvantage.
8.
Again, "Brr," it kind of lowers its head and starts pointing its horns towards you.
Say, Gregor, this isn't a good thing, is it?
Can I just turn around as soon as I see it? I just go right up to it and just go straight to its face.
I need to roll something very quick. Just for
Intimidation on a go.
Ezador, just roll me a straight up D20, please.
Dies. I got 12 on a straight up D20.
Okay, in which case, Gregor, you can now roll your intimidation. I was rolling to see if the goat would charge you as you're saying, that's not very good, is it?
18.
As you're roaring at this goat, it kind of like shrinks in on itself. And Ezador, being slightly to the side of it, you can see a load of droppings exit the goat as it shits itself.
See, that's how you deal with the goat.
Well, very good.
I just walk off.
I have to see about owning some goats at some point.
As you guys enter into the circus tent, again, it opens up. It is your standard big top. It is around about 30 feet high. There's some kind of like wooden plinths for seating. The seats themselves kind of form into a circle with a walkway through, which you guys are currently walking into. The floor is generally dirt and mud and hay, stuff like that. From the roof of it, you can see some kind of like ropes, some which are attached to swings, some which are just ropes dangling. There's not many animals inside at all. There is one elephant in there, but other than that, there is nothing else apart from maybe a couple of goats. And you can see 2 or 3 people. There is a tiefling kind of like running after one of the goats, wearing an apron and like a bright blue apron, spiky black hair and curled horns, just running after this goat. There is a small gnome in there, just kind of like looking, kind of like sat on one of the plinths looking across at the scene of basically this tiefling running after a goat. And there is an elven clown currently just tying balloons together in one of the corners.
Which one should we talk to, Ezador? Eeny, meeny,
All of them.
miny.
What was that, sorry?
All of them.
Right, which is
Alright.
the closest?
Right. Well, that's what I was saying to Gregor. So we will just go to the nearest one.
Good answer.
Okay, so the nearest one, probably the tiefling chasing after the goat.
Excuse me, just walking straight towards him.
This tiefling, they stand up, like suddenly jerk up, just turn, and you can see it's actually a woman, with short spiky hair, curly horns, blue apron on, and kind of like leather jodhpurs, I guess they are.
Go, take it away,
Oh,
Gregor.
okay.
My bad.
What can I help you with?
I was just wondering, was Vesh here last night?
Her eyes just kind of, the brow on above her eyes just kind of furrows slightly for a second. Vesh. Do I know that name?
Can I insight this person?
Yes, go for it. Roll an insight. As she's kind of
do
like
the same.
tapping her chin. Vesh. Small girl, yes?
Yes. She's a Minchkin. Michtin.
I'm not sure what that is. That sounds a bit slurry. But, each to their own, I guess. Squirrel girl.
Yes. That's
Yeah, she was, I don't want to say anything, actually. Out of character, I don't want to say anything until I have this loaded up.
Suspicious to me.
It's less suspicious character behaviour, more DM has forgotten.
I'm taking advantage of this, like, advantage +4 wisdom thing.
Bloody
As
God,
much
you
as
are
I
there.
can. +9 on flipping anything.
Christ.
He'll be the one asking the questions, isn't he?
He will be. He's going to get very
I'll
reliant.
ask the questions.
He's going to get very reliant on it, and then when his 72 hours are done, he's going to be fucked. I play the long game here when I torture people.
It's given me confidence as well.
It has.
Yeah, so it's like I'm just taking it like all the confidence.
And a taste for lizard flesh.
Yeah.
She was here, yes. She was. So it was. We were doing another reenactment of some of the important events that happened in our history, and one of them was the hero of Salt Harbour. And there's a couple of explosions in there, and she was helping with that. Why? What's wrong? Is she in trouble?
Well, oh yeah, I rolled 26 for my insight.
She's telling the truth.
Right.
Definitely telling the truth. She's got nothing to hide here.
Right. Well, a little predicament has come up, I'm afraid. She's gone missing.
Oh no.
Her master's very, very worried about her.
I can't say I blame him. Nothing like that. Being out by herself in a large city, if someone's taking her, I dread to think why.
I know, it's terrible. I'm just going to have a little look around, see if anyone is listening.
Stolen? You've come to that conclusion rather quickly. Why would you think she would be stolen?
Well, your friend here just said that she's missing.
Well, yes.
It's not out of the realms of implausibility around here for children to get kidnapped. It's happened before.
For what? For what purpose?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm just a circus performer. Sounds really suspicious. I'm just a circus performer, but unsuspiciously, genuinely unsuspiciously. The DM is just terrible at dialogue today.
Normally, people that say they are just circus performers unsuspiciously are very suspicious people.
They would, but normally the DM is better at this stuff, so... You can roll an insight with advantage if you want. Roll it with triple insight until you get a 20.
Oh, I'm going to do it. Right, insight.
Yeah, roll an insight. It's this heat, man. It's fucking killing me.
I'm doing 3.
Can I?
17.
Can I?
17. Yeah, sorry, JB.
No, it's alright. Can I be I don't know if I'm allowed to do it while I'm resting though. If I could be listening out while I'm perched under.
You're about a mile away.
No, not for these. I mean, listening out for any passerby's conversations.
Oh,
I don't know if you can do that while you're taking a rest though.
Short rest. You're not doing anything strenuous whilst you're listening. I'm going to allow it. So what I want you to do at the moment then is. What I want you to do at the moment is roll me a perception check, please. Keep that number in your head, and I will pop back to you in a second. And every so often, I'll just get you to do a perception roll. So don't tell me what the number.
I have to do this with disadvantage still.
For now. Hang on one sec.
What's that, Josh?
Well, I rolled that 20 on the first one.
Oh.
Just to let you know as well, short rest doesn't actually get rid of exhaustion.
No, I know it doesn't. It was.
That's fair.
Yeah. Just giving me half.
That's fair. Did you say that you got 17? Sorry, Gaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's telling the truth. She is just a circus worker.
Yes,
Unsuspiciously.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming you. I'm just trying to get to the root of the problem.
No, I get that.
If we just had an idea of why someone would want to take her, because all we know is she's gone missing. But if we could get to the root of why someone would want to take her, maybe it would help.
All I can surmise probably is, well, the usual reason kids get taken. They get taken to be put into the drugs rings, for exploitation, for I've forgotten the real word for it. When kids get put into sex trafficking, that's the one. It's going to be a really weird outtake. I'm going dark in this, guys. It's going to be a very weird outtake, that though, isn't it? Just me. Sex trafficking.
That's the one.
That's the one. That's on tip of my tongue. Was that?
Despicable people. Despicable.
Yeah. I don't know if fish will have been done for that. But like, like I say, the normal reason is for drug rings, sex trafficking, exploitation, and whatnot. If there was anything special about her, then...
Are you saying that Vesh was here last night?
Yes, she was.
Right.
By God, Gregor, if this is going about in this town, we must squash it immediately.
Of course. Of course.
I'm sorry, sir, but this goes on in every town, every city.
Not in my town.
Where was your town?
Well, I've got many towns. I suppose you could say this is sort of my town. Do I not
Then you're
look
wrong,
familiar?
If you had more Triton-like features, you'd look a bit like that statue. But you're not a Triton, so... and
Oh,
I
give up.
I suppose as well, if this
I just
is
give him
your
a pat on
town...
the back, it's like...
just a sad dejected. If this is your town, then your previous statement is wrong, because obviously it does happen in your town.
Well, it won't, is what I'm getting at. When
Well,
I
please,
find
by all means,
filthy
sir.
cur, I will squash them.
By all means, sir, please do. It's not nice having, kids not feeling safe, having adults being worried about their children.
Right.
I tell you,
When was the
Gregor,
last time you
suddenly
saw
I
her?
feel a need for great haste on this one.
One at a time, please, guys. I can only respond to... I'm but a circus, but I'm a tiefling circus performer. I'm
No,
not
we
good
have
at
no
multitasking.
time. I'm going to walk off and go, Vesh, Vesh. Just
As
start
you're
shouting.
stomping out, shouting Vesh's names to the heavens. Gregor, you asked her where the last time she saw her was, yeah?
Yes.
Vesh. Vesh.
I think... Well, she was definitely here until the end of the show. There's a very big climactic
What do you mean
scene.
you think? You've seen her or you're not seen her?
No, I'm relatively certain because there's a big climactic end scene in the reenactment where the hero, he succumbs to an evil inside him and is covered in black, evil, viscous liquid. And he pretty much goes on a rampage throughout the town, setting fires, blowing stuff up, all this kind of stuff. And obviously, for this small performance here, we need magic to be able to recreate that, and it went without a hitch. So I can only assume that Vesh was here until then, and I did see her with some guards, actually. I saw her arrive here with some guards, and then I think she may have left with one guard.
Do you know the name of this guard?
Did I overhear this?
Roll me a perception with disadvantage, please. I don't personally, but Harpo, the clown over there, might know. As she points
Right.
towards Harpo, you just hear her,
Ezador!
13.
13. You hear him shout Ezador.
Oh, him. Gregor.
You hear Gregor shout Ezador. You don't hear the rest of the conversation, unfortunately. As you're heading back in, Deeks, what did you get?
For my perception roll,
Yes.
17.
As you're listening and stuff, kind of like hat over your head, you hear random bits of conversation. You hear about how a husband has cheated on his wife with the nanny, how a nanny has cheated on her husband with a chef, how the fireworks last night were great, how Sailor Twift is so much more handsome in person. You hear someone else talking about a gnome that kind of invaded Sailor's performance. They didn't like that part of the performance that much. But then you do also hear, you overhear two guards walking by. As they walk by, you just hear, "Not turned up this morning then?" "Nah, I think he might still be tired from the festivities last night." "Thought I told Orin not to fucking partake in drinking." "Yeah, but he's a kid, what are you gonna do?" "Still asleep in the barracks?" As they're starting to walk away. "Yeah, I think he probably is." "Lazy fucker." "Yeah. Could always drench him." "Yeah." Kind of walking off. That's what you overhear.
Okay. I'm asleep. Well, I'm resting.
Are you still
aren't I?
resting? Yeah.
Is
So
that
you can-
is my short rest complete?
No.
It's nowhere near, is
It's
it?
been about an hour and a half since you started.
Yeah, I'm
at
going to
the
scrap
most.
it off, to be honest. It's gonna be too long. I don't want to sit out the entire session. We're fucking trying to rest. Get
So-
point of exhaustion off. So, but I do want to head somewhere else.
Where you heading then?
I was thinking of heading to Amrius's.
Okay, I'm gonna do it this way then. So Deeks, you realizing that this is a bit futile, kind of shimmy your hat up, just place it back on your head.
Can't
Push.
sleep. It's too hot.
Exactly. Oh God, I feel that.
And it's a bit industrial.
Yeah, it's not what you're used to. The forest outside maybe, but running a bit too many risks there. You start heading over to Amrius's house. As this is happening, just very meta for a sec. As this is happening, I'm going to jump back to the circus. After that scene, we'll have our actual break because we've been going for a little while in terms of recording and stuff. And then we'll jump back in with you at Amrius's house, Deeks.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I will try and fucking force you guys back into one party. Nonetheless. Yeah, Ezidor, you hear Gregor shouting your name as you, I'm assuming, head back into the circus tent.
Oh,
As
sorry,
well.
me. I'm
Yes.
going in. Yeah. Well, if I heard him, I'll go into it and go, what? We must find this child.
Lead. We got a new lead. Going straight over to the clown.
Okay, where are we going? What'd you find?
You, clown person.
So
Elf.
as you're approaching this clown, you can see it is an elf in like full makeup. His face is fully white. He has red, like kind of teardrops going down the side of his face. He's got a harlequin on one side, a plus sign on the other, a Richter's red grin plastered on his face, and his hair is kind of like, it looks almost bubbly. Looks like there's almost bubbles on it. He's wearing a very puffy, like poofed out white outfit, although the legs themselves kind of like fin in. It's you just hear as he's kind of like tying this balloon. Just looks up at you as you accost him, I guess.
You there. By the way, looking fantastic in your makeup. Have you seen Vesh? You saw her last night.
Just tilts his head slightly.
This is no time to be playing games. I just grab him.
Just
Give him
starts
just a
squeaking.
quick shake. Where is Vesh?
Just keeps squeaking. Are you still shaking him?
Yeah, still shaking him.
Just squeaking whenever you're shaking him.
Carry on, people.
I just stop and
Nothing
I
to
just
see
look
here.
at I just stop and look at Ezidor and just go.
Do you want to roll?
Stop
a quick perception?
honking.
As you're shaking him.
Yeah, I'm still shaking him, just looking at Ezidor.
The tiefling woman runs over. What are you doing?
He's not answering my questions.
He's mute!
Well, I didn't know that.
Look. Okay, we apologise. That might have been a bit much. But we have... All right, shut up. We have a serious problem here. And I'm afraid we're getting a little bit panicked because we've heard rumours about sex trafficking and all sorts of disgusting things that might be going on in this town. Now, you see, there's Vesh.
You just hear from Harper.
Yes, exactly. No, there's this little fellow called Vesh that's gone missing, and I feel we just need to find him rather quickly now because we are very concerned for her welfare.
You hear more rubber squeaking. Gregor, do you want to roll a perception as Ezidor is talking to the tiefling?
Yes.
The tiefling in turn. I've already told your friend what I know. I said that Harpo here might be able to help a little bit, but you just grabbed him and started shaking him before he could help.
Yeah, he could have told us it could do more than honk.
Well, I thought you'd figure it out. You could see what he was making, couldn't you?
11.
A balloon?
Ezidor, do you want to roll a perception check as you're now looking at this balloon? To you, Gregor, there's a bunch of shapes that look like they might be forming something, but it's a bit of a mystery to you at the moment.
Oh, that's very pretty, isn't it? I'm just gonna go poke it.
Pop with your big dragon claws.
So it's 11.
Ooh, sorry.
Ezidor, you too see a bunch of abstract shapes, which might be forming something, but from the distance that you're at, you can't quite tell. Just looks like a couple of bulbousy balloons.
Yes, balloons. Very impressive.
He makes stuff. She just kind of sighs slightly, like a little, almost like a little bit of flame coming out of her mouth as she does. You do realise that we're circus performers, right? We're not just tying balloons together with no skill. We're not just chucking ourselves off of stuff and whatnot.
Yes, very
Harpo's here
good.
because he's got a talent.
I'm sure you're very talented at what you do, but it doesn't really get to the nub of the matter, does it? We are looking for our friend, Vesh. Shut
Just
up!
pointing at the balloon.
Yes, it's a balloon. I'll grab the balloon off. It's like, very good, very good. But how does this help?
He's still just pointing at the balloon.
Yeah, can I roll another insight for the balloon then?
Can I look at the balloon?
You can both roll perception with advantage now, seeing as you're pretty much being straight up told.
13.
Natural 20.
So Ezidor, as you're looking at this and you're looking back at Harpo, it's just like pointing and squeaking at the balloon. The noises, the squeaks are starting to get a bit irritating on
I
you.
think Jax is starting to make an appearance, you know.
Gregor, with that natural 20 though, you can see that the shape is actually two figures. One is a very small figure, looks maybe with like a little snout on the front, so maybe a small little animal. And the other one is quite tall, and the balloons kind of like form around to kind of like create arm plates, and there's a long balloon that's kind of like by its hip, forming a sword.
Yes,
Still pointing at the
it's a balloon. Oh, it's gonna cute. A balloon, I get it. Stop honking.
Ezidor, I think have a
What?
closer look at the balloon.
Yes, it's very good.
He's mute.
Yes, I know. Apart from the damn honking.
Do I recognise the figure with this very small thing? Other small figure.
Sorry. It's evident that the balloon figures are obviously of Vesh and someone else. Given the colours of the...
Though.
You can tell that it's a guard, given the long kind of like sword type of thing.
It's a guard.
You hear more squeaking again, just...
Yes, the name of this guard. What's his name?
just shrugs.
For God's sake, Gregor,
Can I
let me
bet-
in on what you're thinking, because I'm going nuts.
You guys can roll a perception again on this other balloon that is kind of like swirling together.
Yeah, I'll do it with that then.
Gregor, do me a favour and tell me the clown is trying to tell us.
I believe so. Let's just follow this and see where it's going. He's the only one that's seen her. Sorry, what was that again for perception?
It was, yes.
20, not natural.
So you
roll.
can you can roll if you want as well for perception, Gaz.
I didn't know if you asked me to.
Ah, right. With that roll, Gregor, you can see that this new figure, there's quite a few circles for the balloons, kind of like forming the base of a statue. Then there's more kind of balloons wrapped around each other, kind of forming a body on the statue plinth. There's kind of like a trident, like fixed behind the thing's back. You can see that it is a balloon representation of the statue that's in the financial area.
Ezidor, I think we got our next destination. I just
What?
point at the statue, like
Are you
his balloon
talking
statue.
about?
Look familiar?
Right, I'll look at the balloon.
Right.
Yes! And I got 21.
There's a part of me that wants to say I didn't ask you to roll perception, but I know you've been having such shit rolls tonight, so yes. Roll perception, you've got that 21.
Sorry, I thought you just asked me. All right, yeah.
No, it's fine. You can see, yes, that is definitely a balloon representation of your statue.
Gregor, I think this clown is trying to. Can you tell us something? With the balloons.
Shit, my head.
Well, why
Right.
didn't you tell me, Gregor? You were just going, well, I'm going nuts.
I was trying to get the story, trying to follow it, and I just start walking out the tent.
Right, so, Deeks, you were getting up from the financial district so that you
Yep.
could head towards Amrius Reap's house. And Ezador and Gregor, you two were heading towards the financial district to basically find this big old statue. So, Deeks, you're currently waking up. You're not able to get proper night's sleep, or proper day sleep, I guess, because it's industrial. There's a lot of hubbub going around. It's a busy street.
Yeah, it's not the right feel.
No,
So,
not the right vibe for him.
I've been to Amrith's before, so
You have, yes. You know that the quickest route is probably going through the residential district. That's District 3.
yeah. Alright, I was going to go completely the opposite way, but alright. I'll cut through there then. I
Okay.
thought, where we pointed on the map
Where are you pointing on the
to
map?
cut through, yeah. So and then we. Alright, that might be reversed to what I'm thinking. So cut through
So-
number 3, which is the inner residential.
Yeah, and Reap Manor is here. Down in the corner of the...
I was thinking it was here. Right.
Yeah, no, so you're thinking on top of the hill, that is the keep, essentially. That's where Lord Solus is. But below that, kind of like underneath that cliff, is where Reap Manor is.
Okay. Yeah, it's best to cut through there down the steps then, yeah. I'll just start making my way there.
So as you start making your way there, Gregor and Ezador, you are now making your way to the financial district. As you do, the three of you kind of like pass by each other. Deeks, as you're scurrying around, trying to get to Reap Manor, you kind of noticed Ezador and Gregor walking towards you.
I'll give a wave, see if they can see me.
I'm just turning to Esdar. It was a balloon, god damn it!
Roll
Oh, I know.
perce-
I know. I apologize. I think Jackson's starting to play on me a little bit. I'm struggling a bit here.
Do you have a bit of control there, I hope?
I've got control, but he can affect me. You know, he's constant yabbering in my ear, and when just triggers can just make me a little bit. Just if he's been dormant for a while, which I believe he has now. He's done his time.
Roll me a perception check, guys, as you two are talking amongst yourselves and heading towards Deeks, who is waving.
I'll
at
show.
you guys.
Hey, Gregor, Ezzy.
Roll with advantage.
Got how to play the game.
You know how to play the game now.
So 18.
D&D is just a series of convincing the DM that you know what you're doing.
It's taking us this
13.
13 and 18. Okay, so Gregor, you're still quite animatedly telling Ezador, you know, like, how could you miss it? It was balloon animals. Why were you accosting that poor clown?
I know.
Ezador,
I'll
you're
do
kind
my
of like,
best.
you're saying this and turning your head away to kind of like, hopefully end Gregor having a go at you. And as you do, you see a little hand waving and shouting towards you.
Gregor, shut for 2 seconds. Is that our friend Dix over there?
Did you just tell me to shut up? Did you just tell me to shut up?
It's not you dealing with a vile entity within you, is it? Now, I'm sure you can keep your civility, if I can.
I'll just walk over to them.
Yeah, they're still arguing amongst themselves as you kind of like toddle up to them with your new armor underneath your robe.
No, I apologise. I mean, you've got to admit, normally I'm rather quite civil, and it's just Jax. Remember the thing that goes on inside me that I have to keep
Deeks,
dormant
you can
all the
hear
time?
this.
Of course,
Just-
but
been a
my
while.
friend might be in danger.
He would like to make an appearance, and we've been in this city for quite some time, so I'm just dealing with some things. Could you just be a little patient with me at this moment in time?
What's going on,
Right.
guys?
Dix, how are you?
You're right, Dix.
You look like you're having a little jolly time there. What's going on? You two arguing?
No,
Never
no.
mind.
We're just
Never
having a
mind.
discussion, aren't we, Gregor?
Yes, of
Ease
course.
attention. Ease attention. Where are you heading?
We're heading back to the Darks District. We may have a lead on, well, we haven't seen you since then. One of my friends has gone missing. Someone called Vesh.
Oh, Vesh, yes. That turtle. Nezzy, I think he's called. He,
Neziud, of course,
I
yes.
bumped into him along the way to the area, and he's also asked me to keep an eye out. This is where I'm heading. I'm going to Amrius to ask if he could possibly help, because I've just heard something that it appears it may not only be Vesh that is missing.
Really?
I heard a couple of guards talking about someone, another child that's not turned up for some sort of shift, or that's possibly well,
Child
I heard the phrase
trafficking.
"kid" and not turned up for a shift. I don't know if I don't think that's the same person, but
I didn't.
Gregor,
I did-
roll me wisdom, please.
Ooh. Well, just a straight up wisdom.
Straight up wisdom.
Right. Well, that's gonna
could be more
interesting.
to it than we think.
That was a
I
19, and I've got my
Genuinely
plus
hope
5.
not. Another
my plus
child.
4.
Hmm.
I am
So-
terribly vexed.
Things with children would not be good.
28.
You've been around soldiers long enough, and guards are very similar to soldier in their vernacular, that when they say kid, they probably mean a young adult. If they meant an actual child, they'd probably say a child. The fact that they've used kid as their vernacular infers that it is someone that's employed by them, and it's quite a young person. Not an actual child, just a young guard.
Ah, young guard. That's what you're talking about. Right. That sounds interesting. We was thinking about looking into near the entrance of you know who. Just pointing to
Well,
Isidore.
I have just been stationed there for the past couple of hours.
Did you see any guards?
I heard some guards. I didn't see any. I was taking a rest, keeping an ear out for things.
Right. Isidore, what do you want to do? I want to go to near the dark area, see if I can sniff anything out from the guards there. What about you?
Me?
No, Isidore.
What? Sorry, what? Say that
I
again.
get the feeling that Isidore was not paying attention to Gregor there.
I was thinking about the terrible business of child trafficking.
Right. What are you doing?
Gonna sit here while you guys work this out.
I think it's very good, yes. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Just throw my hands up. So, are you going to go with Little Deeks to
Oh,
Amrius?
I was
I
going to
see
head to
what-
Amrius
I
because
see what you mean. Yeah.
I feel that he might be able to help with the situation, and I also would like to ask him a question of a situation of my own. I've just picked up a couple of crystals from the dark area. I've got a new mind crystal that will
My
for the negating the magic, and I've also gone and got a crystal that we can use as a portal to possibly transfer us all to other locations. And I'm going to go and ask Amrius how to correctly use it.
Ah!
Well,
I
that
need
all
to pick up
sounds
my
very
armor.
good. But does it involve Vesh?
Yes, well, I was going to ask Amrius if he could possibly spare one of his guys to maybe look into Vesh as well.
You could do.
Oh, Amrius seems to know a lot about things. He
does, but I believe Gregor may have, we may have more of a lead directly to the source of our problem here.
Plus, I need to pick up my armor.
Well, that's even better. Like I say, my main reason for going was these crystals. And I was simply going to mention it, but we can either meet it later, or I can, if you need me, I can come with you.
Well, you're a free spirit. You can do what you want, of course, Dix.
Do you need any help?
I believe Vesh is more of an important favour that we need to really conclude before any other business, I would say. For me personally, anyway.
Well, that's all right. I can come with you. I can go and see Amrius later.
Yes, we'll join you then.
I'll come with you now.
Yes,
you can come with us, okay.
And then we'll come with you. And then we'll come with you to the
Jolly good, sir.
My.
Quite good.
Okay, let's go. Gregor, Ezra, you might have to fill me in.
This is a crooked path to straight. Go on.
Gregor, fill me in.
My brain's melted.
What have you found out?
Shall I give everyone a minute there?
Just fucking tell him, Gregor, please.
Right. What we found out, well, Vesh has gone missing, but we've realized that she's gone missing by the time she went to the circus. We talked to a couple of people there, and we managed to get information that she was escorted out by a guard, and it ended up at the statue. So we're going to go there, see if we can find anything to do with the guard, see if he looks familiar, and go from there.
Do you have a lead on the guard? Do you know what he looks like?
Well, unless he looks like a balloon.
I don't follow.
Yes, I didn't for quite some time.
Long story. Anyway, I'll just keep talking as I'm walking towards the statue.
Yeah, so you guys continue walking. Deeks, Gregor pretty much fills you in on everything, telling you basically how they went to the docks. They ascertained that Vesh hadn't been at the docks for the firework display, but they got a lead that she would have been at the circus tent before then. They went to the circus tent and basically found out that, yes, she was at the circus tent, and she had been led away by a guard. And at this moment in time, they're heading towards the dark area for her.
Yeah, I just wanted to know so I could write in my notes so I know. Okay. Gregor, lead the way then. I'm with you.
Let's go. Oh, is that new armor?
Oh yes. I just picked it up today. Almost forgot. Do you need to pick something up from Civilis as well?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I believe it's ready.
Brilliant. I kill two birds with one stone. Or boulder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I look at Azador. I still don't follow. What is going on with everyone today? Maybe I should just pull my hat back over.
I'm sorry, it's the warm weather. It's messing with my mind. And I've got quite exhausted because I have dicks. Not dicks, your dicks. I have checks. Hammering away my skull here. He's getting rather emotional.
Is he getting bad, is he?
Oh yes.
Do you need anything? He's not coming back, is he?
No, he just can get rather irritating. He plays on can make me a little bit restless.
Oh well, just remember, I have a new mind crystal now. If you need it for Jax or anything, it's here.
Oh, fantastic! Well, he knows that. He can hear everything you're saying. I suppose I can calm him down by just saying, let him have a bit of a free rein when we get out of this town.
I hope not to be in the area when that happens.
Oh, he'll be fine. Give him some sheep.
Agreed. I think
it'll
be a good fight.
I think maybe we need to have a chat one day, probably in the near future, of how we can all earn some sort of mutual respect for each other and be able to keep each other safe, including Jax. Maybe we can work as I know he's a bit more of an entity that you struggle to control, but just hope he doesn't like to take a bite out of any of us. That's all.
I'll turn to Dix
tell
and
you
just
Jack's response to that.
go down on my knee and just go, "You got balls," and then just carry on walking off.
It's not in the best of moods right now. I'll keep his response to myself.
Yes, well, we'll work on it at some point. Now's not the time. Anyway, Vesh.
Right. Let's go.
Yeah, so you guys continue through the financial area until you come out into a large circular clearing that you all recognize now is basically the outer areas for the darker area. There's quite a few people still walking around. There is Gregor, you've seen him before. There is the tiefling guard that stood at the side. And there's a couple of commoners, I guess you'd call them, also walking around.
Sorry, a tiefling guard?
Yes, his name, I will find it now for you. You have spoken to him at least once. This tiefling is just kind of like leant against the wall, kind of like looking pretty much just out into the square itself. And it is a tiefling named Artemis Seabream.
Artemis Seabream.
Yes, you've met him a couple of times. He is the one who initially introduced you to Aja.
Can I roll
all of us?
No, just Gregor, unfortunately.
Yeah, just Gregor.
The rest of you can also have a look around. You can approach this tiefling if you wish. There's also other people walking around. You can search the area for clues.
I'll have a look around. I don't think I'll...
I'm going to keep on walking, actually.
No,
I just recognise him and then just keep going.
Okay. If you're both looking, Deeks, are you also looking?
I'll investigate. If we're around the statue, I'll investigate around that area.
Yeah, I was gonna call for all of you to roll investigation, please.
All right.
However, what are you all looking for? So, Deeks, you're specifically looking around the statue.
Yeah. For anything to do with Vesh. I don't know anything about Vesh, but just anything that's linked.
That's fair. Gregor, what are you specifically trying to investigate?
I'm going to have a look at the guards that are the closest to the area and see if I can recognise them from the balloon.
Roll perception with disadvantage. And Ezador, what were you looking for? What were you investigating?
I suppose I'd be looking for suspicious characters.
Yeah, investigation again then, please. So, sorry, gone?
21.
21. Okay, Deeks, what did you get?
10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it perception again?
Perception with disadvantage.
Right, okay, so that is 9.
Okay, so Gregor, as you're looking out onto these guards, all of them look the exact same as the balloon figure, because there's only it could be the best balloon animalist in the entire world, in all of the Athlock, but a balloon figure is still a balloon figure. You're not going to get all the details, like the ridges of the brows, the nose, and all this kind of stuff. All this is really doing...
You! I'm going to just walk up to the first guard and just go, "Where were you there last night?"
Was at home banging your mum.
Well, that's not very nice, is it? My mum's been dead for 50 years now. Not 50 years.
30.
Thank you. Been dead for 30 years.
Well, never said that she was a good fuck, did I?
Well, that's just rude. Can I tell
So was accosting a guard randomly.
Fair point, fair point. Where were you last night?
What, to the one next to him?
Yes.
I'm gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
Tag teaming your mum.
Well, aren't you both rude? My word.
Can I cast detect thoughts onto that first one?
No, I'm afraid not, because as this is happening, you're searching around the statue. As you're searching around the statue, what did you get again? Sorry, 10?
Yeah.
As you're searching around the statue, there's nothing too out of place there. There's a couple of backpacks and stuff like that, but you're sure that you saw them even briefly when you first went into the dark area the previous day. But you do find a tuft of hair, a very small tuft of hair. It looks like animal hair.
Can I investigate to see if it is animal hair, though?
Yes, roll me a nature check, please. With advantage, given your background living in a forest.
So just a normal, because I've got
Oh,
disadvantage.
of course, yes. Just roll me a nature then, please.
So that exhaustion is so annoying.
Mm.
Bastard. 6.
Animal hair, all right.
I'm convinced that it's animal hair.
You know it's animal.
It's animal hair.
Yeah, sorry. That was just meant as a kind of jokey throwaway. It's animal hair, all right? Yeah. You know it's animal hair. You're not sure which type of animal it is.
All right. Well, I'll keep that on my person for now.
You now have a tuft of unidentified animal hair.
Yeah.
All right,
If that's-
animal with a question mark in brackets.
Yeah. I'll put that in. If that's all I can see around the area, have I been hearing this conversation that's been going on?
Roll me perception with advantage, so just a straight up normal perception check, because Gregor, you were quite loud about this shouting.
Natural 1.
All right.
Oh, no, sorry. No, it's not. It's a 7. Sorry.
Okay, that's better than what I was going to have to do. Unfortunately, not. You don't hear it because of all.
But that's
again,
a 9
the-
with a +2.
You still don't hear. You think you might almost hear the straining of something over the noise of the crowd or in the financial area, but unfortunately not.
I'll start heading over towards Gregor.
So you are now walking over towards Gregor and Ezidor. What did you get again?
21. Suspicious characters.
As you are looking around for a suspicious character, there are two potentially suspicious characters. The first potentially suspicious character is Aja Clarara. He is stood in the corner, looking suspicious because that's Aja. He just always looks suspicious. You kind of clock that. You have a think for a second. You might go investigate Aja. He is looking a little bit sus.
I don't know him from anywhere else, though, do I? So
You just know him from the dark area. He's the guy who helped you escape the explosion and hide out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's the leader of the dark area. So if anyone has done anything in the dark area, there's a chance that he would know. But that's not for sure. And additionally, as you're looking around, you also see, if it will like to load, you also see a youngish man, mid to late 20s. He's dressed in slacks, but he has a nervous energy about him. He's an average build, about 5'8". Like I say, he's in slacks, so basically kind of like a linen white shirt, which is quite loose on him, and some just slacked trousers and some boots. He's quite wiry. He's got dirty blonde hair, which is covering quite a lot of his brow. And you can see he's just kind of trying to walk amongst the crowd, looking natural, or as natural as one can be walking around the entrance to the dark area.
So why does he look suspicious?
Why does he look suspicious? He has... Do you know what nervous energy is?
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like looking around every so often, just kind of like trying to... When you try and pull yourself inwards to keep yourself to yourself, but in doing so, because you look so out of place doing that, you're just bringing more attention to yourself. Just looking over his shoulder every couple of minutes.
Okay.
He's like
Can-
walking around, but doesn't seem to really be going anywhere in particular.
Okay, can I walk up to him?
So as you walk up to this human, a little bit shorter than you, you can see, mid-20s-ish, you'd guess. Just kind of looks, I'm assuming you're kind of blocking his path.
Yeah, well, I'm going to basically look at it, but can I just have a quick word? Just over here. And just take, ask him to come to the side.
Sure, yeah. All right. He follows you across.
Put my hand on his back to make sure. Well, just get ready to grab if he's going to do anything. Just bring him to the side and go, you're looking mightily nervous there, my friend. Would you be in trouble of sorts, or?
So, as you're walking him to the side, you can feel him visibly shaking slightly. No more worried than a guard would be. Just
More
keeping
worried?
an eye out for people. It's a legal area around here.
An illegal area?
Apparently there's a dark area.
Yes.
It's
I
illegal.
don't see there's been much of a reason why you'd be walking around all jittery around this area.
There's apparently he just kind of looks around for a second, leans in. Apparently a deal going down, so I'm undercover.
A deal, you say? What kind of deal? It wouldn't have anything to do with children.
I can't tell you that, sir. You're a citizen.
Well, I'm a bit more than a citizen.
You're saying that and moving your head like it's meant to mean something, but as a guard of Salt Harp, I've not seen you as a guard, so you're not in our jurisdiction.
Yes, I know. You have parades about me, about the hero of this place, and yet when you see me, you deny all knowledge that you even know me.
Kind of whips his head back to the statue. Awfully sorry, sir, but you're not a Triton. You're a human, as far as I can tell.
Yes, well, I am quite bored of trying to state my heroism of past exploits, and I don't really need to. What you need to know is that I have friends in high places. And not only do I have friends in high places, I have power myself. And at the moment, a friend of ours has gone missing. And I believe it has something to do with this area, and you, my friend, are acting very suspicious.
Like I said, I'm acting... I'm acting suspicious because I'm not very good at being undercover.
No, you're not. So why don't you do me a favour and let me do your job for you and let me know what you're looking for, what's going down, and maybe I could be of some assistance.
I can't... do you want to try and roll persuasion on that? Or are you just wanting it as a free flow?
I'm going to use my eyes.
Roll that dice then. I was going to say, if you need a refresher on how it works, I can load that up for you.
Let's roll. Nat 20.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to update this very quickly.
Should have really asked the question first, but basically,
No, remember how it works is that your Chaos Charm, you've got to get them under the charm first, and then you can ask the question. So now that he's under your charm, you have a permanent advantage on any roll to persuade this specific person, and they've got a much lower DC than would normally be for whatever you ask.
Right,
so now you can ask your questions quite happily.
Okay.
You just see his eyes glaze over slightly.
You will tell me everything you know, why you're here, and what you're looking for.
Roll persuasion with advantage then, please. And Deeks, you're toddling along to Gregor's. You're seeing Ezador kind of like lead this person over, and you can see leaning forward, his eyes glow for a split second. So you're kind of like passing.
Yeah, it was Gregor's. I was into Gregor, yeah?
Yeah, you were heading to Gregor, but you've just passed
I can
Ezador.
see that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright, yeah. I'll carry on that way.
What did you get, Isidore?
16.
16.
Go on. You got this.
1 sec, I just need to...
You got this.
Some...
It's a weedy little one.
You gotta have this. It's gotta be done, hasn't it? It has to be
Can't.
done.
No, he has to be
Coward.
Constitution.
Big coward.
I like how you're just bad-mouthing this guy without even knowing who he is.
It's what we do best.
It is what you guys do best, to be fair.
He's a maggot. To be squashed underfoot.
Ah, there it is. Sorry, I've got something...
These eyes are brilliant. I know I'll lose these.
Funny you should say that.
No, I'm not picking anything up ever.
What were you asking him again? Sorry.
Basically, what he's doing here, what he's looking for. Yeah.
Pretty much,
There was-
why is he there at the moment?
Yeah, what is he doing here? What he's looking for? I'm sure there's a third question, but
I
that's
thought there was
basically
as well. Yeah. His eyes glaze over and he leans forward and he says in a quietened voice, I'm waiting for Mr. Corverian Bone Crusher. I meant to meet him here after the day after I complete the job for him. But he's not here at the moment, so I'm just kind of walking around, you know, and hoping that he turns up at some point. But he's not yet. Which is weird. Yeah, he wanted to give me a debriefing on the job that I carried out for him.
And that job being?
Roll me persuasion. With advantage, obviously. Because you know you're asking a different question.
Oh.
13.
13, this might be a bit more of a tough sell. Calculate that one. There we go. I was meant to take someone from one area to another, and Corverian wanted me to have a detour around here and just leave the person there, and just continue on my patrol. So I did. Not sure why he was interested in her though. She just seems like a small little hamster, essentially.
Gotcha. And I'll be like, right, this is a guard.
Could be.
Be
He's already
careful.
told you that he's undercover and everything like that, so you can take with that as you will.
Alright, I'm going to put my arm around him then. So it's like, come here,
Huh?
come here.
Okay, alright.
Just take it to the
Okay.
side so I'm having a bit of a quiet word. And he goes, now what you've gone and done, my friend, is you have got on the wrong side of people you do not want to be on the wrong side of.
I mean, I was already on the wrong side, that's why I was working for them.
Well, yes, well, you've stolen, kidnapped one of our friends. And you are going to help us get him back.
You can roll either persuasion or intimidation on that one. So that's actually kind of intimidating.
Well, yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
what I'm after now, yeah. I'll go intimidation then. 'Cause
I was going to
that's
say, I'll give you advantage on both of them.
Right, what is my intimidation? 20? Not that.
You see this kid kind of steal themselves for a second. It looks like your tactic hasn't quite worked on them. But then he just kind of looks around. I'll help you if you promise that the people that Corverian is working with won't get to me, and any other thing that I may have done for Corvirian, I won't get put in jail for.
Well, I can promise you this: Bone Crusher will not be a problem.
Why is that, sir? He's a very formidable. He pretty much runs the guards.
He did.
Sorry, he's what?
He's dead.
How?
I told you. You've wronged the wrong people.
You see actual fear in his eyes for a couple of seconds. Then it's kind of almost replaced by relief, almost. But his body language is still very scared. He's shaking a little bit. If Corvirian's dead, then I don't need to be involved in the cult anymore. Good. But Corvirian's dead. Oh no. All those things I've done for him.
I tell you what. If you help us, and we actually find our friend again,
Yeah?
you'll be under our protection. And believe me, that is protection you will want.
I tell you what, sir, you've got a deal.
Good.
Just kind
Now,
of holds his hand out to shake. His hand is shaking violently.
now calm down, my friend.
I am calm.
You're with us now. Follow me. I'm gonna bring him back to these two.
Wait, what's your name, sir?
Oh, it's not Gregor. That's my friend.
Your name's Ezador Calderos.
Ezador Calderos. What the fuck? I just had complete.
I thought you were trying to do a bit there, just like, my name.
I did, yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't want to give it away.
Yeah, I thought that.
No, I just completely forgot my name.
Calderos, that's the name that's on the statue.
Yes, it is.
What a coincidence, sir.
Indeed, it is.
My name is Genesis, Genesis Orin.
Genesis
Orin?
Orin.
Yeah. Where were these friends that you wanted me to meet?
This way. This way. I'm going to keep mulling that name.
As you're pondering and walking back towards them, Gregor, you're still accosting a guard. Deeks, you're pretty much next to him. You can do what you want now if you want to try and stop him, or if you're just kind of watching Gregor be insulted by these two guards.
Yeah, I'll see it. Because I was going to detect thoughts. I'm just seeing what he's saying. Seeing what's happening first.
Okay. Roll me. I forget how detect thoughts works.
I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay, no worries.
I'm just waiting.
In which case, Gregor, the second guard, still like, we tag teamed your mum. We did the Citadel Tower on her. Fucking wasn't. She wasn't moving before. She certainly wasn't moving afterwards.
I just don't understand why you would be fucking her. Because she'll be bones by now. I mean, is that what you're into?
But you've heard the saying, get your bones off, haven't you?
Huh. Never heard of that before. Just give my little thingy a scratch.
Neither had your mum, till we showed her.
But she's dead.
She wasn't before,
know.
she is now.
She definitely was before.
You ever heard of the spell Speak to Dead?
Okay, my eyes narrow a bit more. No, do tell me.
It's a necromancy spell. You can find scrolls for it everywhere, super easy. When you cast it, you can speak with the dead. And let me tell you, mate, we did that with your mum. She wasn't speaking much. All you could hear was, ah! That's her moaning.
Tell me again.
She going, ah! As we were
I'm just
banging
going to
her.
clench my fist.
Am I anywhere near him?
She wasn't saying much, to be fair. Other guard here made her airtight. Well, can't really be airtight when you're a skeleton, can you? Hey, give her calcium for those bones. Please stop me.
I was just about to, actually. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. I just clench my fist. I go, well, I bet you didn't see this. I'm just going to go straight.
Try and get in the way.
Okay.
Gregor.
Deeks, I want you to roll first then. I would like you to roll me dexterity,
I don't want
please,
to get in the way of his fist. I just want to try and stop him from doing it.
This is why I'm asking Dex to see if you're fast enough in your reflexes to be able to stop this from happening.
Normal dex with my normal disadvantage.
Unfortunately so. I'm going to say, just to let you know, it's a DC of 14.
It's a 9.
You're saying Gregor no, as the fist is already swinging. Gregor, roll to hit.
Oh, right, my God.
It's going so well, guys.
What do I do this off?
It is.
Is it just a natural?
Unarmed, so D20 plus your strength modifier.
Unarmed strike.
Yes.
Right. That's a 20, not natural.
What's your damage for unarmed strike?
It's just 5 bludgeoning damage.
Need to just check something super duper quick. Sorry, I just need to check something very quick because this might have bad ramifications. I need to roll something really quick.
I'm actually cringing. He's punching a card off.
Is that the one? Yes.
Yeah, I've cracked.
So Deeks, as you're saying Gregor no and trying to move so that you stop the fist, it's too late. Gregor's scaly fist has already swung upwards, narrowly missing your face by a whisker. You feel the force of the air kind of being pushed by as the fist swings by, and it cracks the guard right underneath his chin. It kind of like stays there for a millisecond before you hear a almighty as the fist continues upwards. The guard's head swings back and snaps. He kind of like takes a step upwards almost, and then just collapses onto the ground. Still, his mate just looks down at him, looks at you. You just killed a guard.
And I'm gonna kill you as well.
You can roll intimidation if you want, or you can roll to hit. I'll let you have a free one of either.
Can I just say that this is enough? I'll turn to the guard and say, this is not something you want to get in.
How are
You've
you?
lost one. You've lost your friend. Don't lose yourself.
How are you trying
Let's
to do
just
this?
leave it. I'm gonna. Well, I'm trying to convince. I suppose I'm trying to intimidate, but not by intimidating myself.
So
If you
using
don't, basically, I'm saying if you don't let this go, he will kill you.
I'm gonna let you choose whether or not to use persuasion or intimidation, and
I'd use intimidation.
yeah, go for intimidation, and it's just a normal one, no disadvantage on this one, because you would have advantage otherwise.
20, not a natural.
He just kind of looks down at you, and you see fury in his eyes. Looks back at Gregor, looks to his dead friend. I'm not letting this slide. But I'd rather not die today. If I see you out here again, your little gnome friend in here to save you. It might not work out so well for you next time.
I'm afraid that you need to let it slide.
No. I'm gonna let it go for now. But I'm not letting it slide. You just killed my best mate. This is the beginning of a
I'll
blood
be seeing
feud.
you soon. I'll just point at him.
Yeah, well, I'll be seeing your mum again tonight, he says as he turns to walk away. Oh, your dad says I as well.
Greg, I'll just turn around and look at Gregor and just say, do it.
Right.
This guard is
I'm just
walking away, not facing you anymore.
Is he still in reaching distance of me?
If you take a couple of steps forward, it will be.
All right, I take a couple of steps out, and I'm just gonna put my hands onto his head and just twist.
Just in broad daylight, just gonna snap a guard's neck. All right, roll strength. Fuck it. Let's go with this. Roll strength.
You needed to let it slide.
I couldn't let it slide. 13.
13. Okay. As you grab onto the side of his head, you start to twist it. And it's quite quick at first, but then it slows down. The sides of this guy's neck, he is jacked just specifically on the neck. You keep on twisting it as you feel resistance. You wait, what? No, stop. As his neck slowly, inch by inch, millimeter by millimeter, you can feel the tendons strain and then snap against your fingers as you slowly and excruciatingly break this guard's neck as he is screaming in agony and pain, drawing a lot of attention to you. You fully twist his neck and you can just hear gargling from him. Do you let go and he drops to the ground, convulsing, not quite dead yet, but dying very quickly. You beat him by a single point.
I just straighten myself out and go, oh, well,
Guys.
that felt good.
Let's get out of here.
I agree with you, and I'm just gonna leg it to the other side. I'm gonna
Ezador,
try and hide.
Towards Ezador.
roll, if you're trying to hide, Gregor, roll me your stealth, please, as Genesis is stood next to you, Ezador. It's like, that guy just it's the guards. Two guards. I should do something.
Shut him up.
I told you, you don't mess with us. Just stay quiet and stay with us. Like,
Oh, God, yours.
a little bit shocked about what I see. He goes, shut up and just come with us. Come on, let's get out of here.
You're not even looking at him. You're still just kind of staring at the scene, just like, I told you don't mess with us. Anyway, come on. Just absolute shock. Where are the three of you meeting?
I was just, to be honest, I was following. I think I would be following Dix, but as I was looking, I was seeing if there's any hiding spots that I could probably hide. If
We need to
people
get
saw
far
me.
away from here. I was going towards Ezador, and then all three of us to get out of this district, at least.
Okay, so Ezador, you and Genesis are stood pretty much next to the statue. Deeks, you are pretty much reaching them rapid time. Gregor, as you're searching around trying to find a place to hide, it suddenly hits you. The guards don't officially know about the dark area.
Oh,
If you need a place to hide, why not return to somewhere that you've hidden before?
good idea. To the dark area.
Whoa, Red, no, the statue.
Good idea.
Everyone roll me a stealth check with advantage, please. So you're trying to pass into the statue as a larger scene of people is starting to form, and you hear the kind of like of multiple boots as the guard garrison has been called.
I'm alright, 19.
Ezador, you grab
I've
Genesis
got
and slip
disadvantage
through.
on stealth, so what does that mean?
That means that it cancels out. You've just got a normal roll.
Nat 1.
Ezidor,
Do
you
I-
and Genesis slip through. Deeks, sorry, yeah?
Do I have an advantage with this new armor, or is it just it doesn't give me a
just doesn't-
disadvantage?
Yeah, it doesn't give you disadvantage. With that armor, normally you would have disadvantage.
But you've said roll with advantage, so I'm just rolling normal.
Rolling
then,
normal,
aren't
yes.
I?
Same as Gregor.
5.
Looks like it's me.
Looks like it might be. I try and bring the party back together. And then you just split
You
them
should
apart.
never do that.
Oh, I'm rolling with the wrong dice here.
I'll see you at the galleries.
Where you'll have to come and save us.
Maybe. So, Ezidor, you grab Genesis by the arm and just kind of like jump into the back of the statue. You kind of briefly swipe your ring around and just kind of stumble in. And then you're heading down the stairs. You're about halfway down the stairs when you realise that Deeks and Gregor are not with you. Back topside, Deeks, you've just seen Ezidor and Genesis slip through. As you're about to slip through yourself, you see Gregor make a dash from one of the pillars around the walls towards the statue. As he does, he kind of like stubs his toe as he's sprinting. Gregor, as you're sprinting, you stub your toe. You sprawl forward and start rolling essentially as the garrison of armed guards just kind of spreads around the circle.
Watch out, Deeks!
You're kind of rolling forward. Deeks, roll me an athletics check, please.
-3 on my athletics before I start.
Oh.
And I'm rolling it with disadvantage.
Oh, God, yeah, you are.
7.
Deeks, you try and jump above the rolling mass that is Gregor. However, Gregor, you, like a bowling ball to a pin, you strike straight into him and slam him against the statue. You're both kind of pressed against the statue for a couple of seconds. You're trying to catch your breath.
Gregor,
Swipe
come on,
the ring!
Get in! I don't know if I can reach.
Both of you roll me sleight of hands, please.
Nat 20.
Go on, Deeks.
4. Don't leave me, Gregor.
Let me just figure something out here. I'm just trying to think on placement of this. So yeah, Deeks, you're trying to scrabble your hands up to find the little indent of the ring, but you find it pretty much impossible because Gregor is pressed against you. You are pressed against the statue. So there's the statue, there's you, and then there's Gregor. These guards have finished lining around the circle, and they see you both kind of pressed against the statue. Gregor, you're scrabbling your hand up, and for the split, briefest of moments, your hand passes into the indent. Deeks, you feel the back of the statue go hollow, as both you and Gregor fall backwards through and into the statue. You just hear from the outside a muffled, "Where the fuck did they go?" "They vanished. It's the dark area." "That's the entrance to the dark area. How do we get in?" "I don't know, but we'll fucking find out. Get the heavy artillery. Tell Colverian we've located them."
I just get up. That's us sorted.
Well,
I just walk down the stairs.
I just stood in shock.
You can still hear the guards out kind of like hammering on the statue. "We know you're in there. Give it up. There's nowhere to go."
Oh, there is. There is.
Do you say that as you're like
No,
heading?
don't say it to them. No, I'm just going down.
Are you just kind of saying it to yourself? "Oh, yes, there is," and you're just heading down into the dark area.
Yeah.
So the two of you make your way down, and Ezidor, I'm assuming you're just kind of still where you were before. You were heading down into the dark area, and then after
Yeah.
realizing that they weren't following you, did you wait for them or did you continue?
Yeah, no, I'd have waited.
So as you reach the bottom of the dark area, he says, desperately trying to find something.
Oh, can I hear the guards?
You can hear hammering and you can hear very faint shouting.
Well, as they come up, then I'm just going to be like, I think we may have caused a little bit of a problem here.
Yes, we have. We're fucked.
As
Gregor.
yours.
Not only have you killed 2 guards, the guards now know where the entrance to the dark area is. The owner of the dark area, he's going to come on us like a ton of bricks. It's just, I don't know how we're going to get out of this one, but
Oh, come on. He has every guard under his payroll. He'll get them to pay off any time. It's fine.
maybe not for this time. He doesn't go around killing guards, but we'll sort it out together. We'll sort it out, but we need some help down here.
Shouldn't have took the piss out of my mum. He just pushed it way too far. They both did.
Genesis is just kind of looking at you, Gregor, with absolute horror on his face.
Can I look at him and goes, and who is this?
Yeah, this is Oren.
I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't quite catch that.
Genesis. Oren.
Your Genesis.
His eyes widen, and he nods ever so slightly. Yeah?
I'm just gonna go for my my sunblade, just like grabbing it. So you're the acolyte.
I don't know. Just kind of whips his head to Ezador. You said I'd be safe.
Do you realize who this is, Ezador?
The acolyte?
He's also maybe involved with the murder of a certain shopkeeper's wife.
That wasn't me. It's all hearsay.
Can I roll to see if he's lying?
You can, with advantage.
Alright. Was that perception or... Oh, it was insight. Sorry.
Insight. Deeks, Ezador, you two can also roll if you wish.
27.
I can roll if it's...
I mean, to be fair, with a 27, unless you specifically
I'm
want
not
to.
gonna roll now.
He's lying through his teeth. He knows exactly what happened to Jessica.
I'm just going to grab him by his neck and go, don't lie to me, boy.
Roll intimidation.
I'm gonna intervene. I'm gonna be like, put my hand on Gregor's hand. I'm trying to pull it off him.
Roll me a strength check, please. Gregor, what did you get for
I only got 4.
He's kind of frozen and clammy on you now. He's just kind of clammed up. He's too scared to talk.
What's this, a strength?
Yes, a strength check, please.
13.
Gregor, roll a post strength, please. Deeks, what are you doing as this is going on? Are you just kind of witnessing
I'm
it?
witnessing. I'm
sorry, but...
I've already tried.
You try and pull his arm down, but his arm just kind of clenches harder.
Alright. Well, I'm not going to make a big show that I can't move his hand. I was going to keep it on there, though. And then I'm going to be like, Gregor, you need to calm down.
You don't understand, Ezador.
I
Ask
don't.
him.
I don't care. You've just nearly ripped the head off a guard, killed the other one. You brought them pounding at the door of the dark area, and now you are directly threatening someone who's about to help us save someone we need to really save. Now, I don't care if he was involved in that. As far as I'm concerned, the shopkeeper is happy. It's resolved. And now I have promised him that he will be under our, or at least in this state, my protection to try and find our friend Vash. Now, at the moment, my concern is Vash. And if that involves you calming the fuck down, that is what you're gonna do.
I agree with
listen.
Isidore.
Yeah, I listen. I'll just let him start slowly just loosening my grip around his neck.
Now I'm gonna pretend like I couldn't move his arm.
Just move your hands slightly. Thank you, Mr. Calderos. I appreciate that.
I'm a man of my word. As we all are. I'm gonna give Gregor the eye.
It's like, yeah, you as well, you prick.
I just look back at him and smile and go, and then I look back at Genesis. This isn't over.
Okay.
I'm
just gonna
look at
go,
him and
right,
go,
oh yes, Arbor. And I'm just gonna walk off.
So as Gregor is walking down without a care in the world, despite, causing chaos for the second time in 3 days. Deeks and Isidore, are you wanting to talk to Genesis a little bit more? Or are you wanting to head inwards?
I'm going to stay back for a bit, yeah.
Yes, well, I definitely do need a nice big conversation with him to find out where Vash is.
Let him go
Okay.
off.
In which case then, yeah, we'll stick with you two for now then. Seeing as I'm fairly sure I know how the Hammer conversation's going to go. So, as Gregor kind of stomps off into the distance, Deeks and Isidore, you are now left with Genesis.
Okay then.
He seems angry.
Yes, Genesis. And to be perfectly honest with you, I can't say I fully blame you. It looks like you've wronged a lot of people, but you have found yourself in a fortunate situation where I made a verbal bargain.
I appreciate that, sir, but I was following orders on
Don't
all
care.
the time. Okay.
What I need to know now is how to find my friend. You make sure that happens, and I'll make sure I keep him away from your neck.
Okay. So I picked up Vesh. Did you say she was called? The small Minchdim?
Yes.
Vash. Yes.
Ignore the growling in the distance. That's just ambience.
I was thinking that. Should we be concerned about that?
Roll for initiative.
You found the
Got the
secret
dice
boss.
sat here like...
No, sorry guys. It's just baked into this ambience. Yeah, I led Vesh from the circus tent. I was meant to take her to the fireworks, and the Corvarian wanted me to leave her in the financial district up top where the statue is. He said that the scientist was gonna collect her and store her down here.
Scientist.
The scientist, yeah.
I'm going to look at Dix, the scientist.
Scientist, yes.
You know,
Remember?
scientist?
If you guys don't have the notes, you can roll a history
Yeah,
check.
are you talking about Rill?
I think I heard
Looks a-
Corvarian say
Looks
that
a bit
name.
like a fish.
Yeah, the one that I met didn't tell me his name, but he looks, yeah, I guess like a bold,
did-
smooth fish.
Did he take her?
He did, yeah. He injected her with something, and she just, whoop, no, she went, and
She went to sleep.
I hope so.
Okay,
yeah.
be quiet. We need to...
Just look up. Shush.
That is our next step then. We need to find Rill, the scientist.
We go to
And-
Rill.
Yeah, we go to Brill. Where is he?
I don't know, sir. I just know he's in the dark area. I wasn't allowed.
He's in the dark
here.
area?
He took Vesh and then disappeared.
Into the dark area?
I think so. I thought he vanished, but after Mr. Calderos just took me into the statue, I assume that's where.
I turn to Ezra. Ezra, we need to gain further access into the dark area. We can't go anywhere past these fucking stalls. If this is where the scientist is, we're going to need to be able to access further, which means we're going to have to speak to Aja.
And Aja is in here?
It's most likely, yes. He spends a lot of his time here.
As you're saying that, you just hear just a kind of tap on the stone behind you, and then I take it that's my ears. They be burning.
Wow.
Here he is.
What a
Aja walks
pleasant
towards you.
circumstance.
Yeah. I suppose it is a pleasant circumstance. Do you know what's not pleasant though? Which I think you guys might
Yes.
know a little bit about. Do you know where I'm going with this, huh, Deeks?
Yes.
Do you? Yeah. Do you wanna maybe inform Mr. Ezador here?
I can
And where's that fucking
Only-
Dragonborn?
Yeah,
I
he
can
did.
only apologise for what has happened. One of our companions has been a fool.
Well, companion's a strong word, my friend. I mean, we never made a true pact or anything, did we?
Well, we haven't. No, it's just sort of happened, isn't it? And now here we are, stood next to you,
Yeah,
the pissed off man who runs this place, and now we've just brought guards pounding down your
right
door.
on
I
my
do
doorstep.
understand. I do
Yeah.
understand. And for that, I guess we will most likely be in your debt of some sort.
Well, I'm not quite sure as how this is gonna work because, well, I got some guards up there who are hammering at the door, and I ain't too sure how to get rid of them. But I will, always do, even if I
I
have
know
to
you will.
change the entrance again. Do you know how hard it was enchanting that statue? Really
I presume
hard.
these guards are not your guards.
Nope. If they were my guards.
I didn't
No.
think so.
Yeah. Do you know who were my guards though?
I have a guess.
You see where I'm going with this? Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, one of them had vital information about that little girl that you were looking for. And someone went and snapped his neck and burnt all of the actual guards on my doorstep.
Well, on the similar topic, we do also have somebody else that can point us to the girl. And I don't know if you've met this guy before. Genesis.
Kind of looks over. Ah, Genesis. I was wondering when Colverian would allow you or us to come down here. Genesis just kind of peers over Esador's shoulder. He didn't, Mr. Clara. He's dead. Ah. Which of you shanked him then? Because I'm assuming, given that one of yous has quite the tendency to go around killing guards, it's one of you.
No, we didn't do it.
Death stare at Genesis to not say a fucking word.
Roll
Intimidate stare.
Roll to intimidate. With advantage, sir, just cancels out.
13.
I mean, it's not going to take much at this point. As you're death staring him, you just see him shake a bit, and your eyes just kind of wander back down, and you can see a large, wet patch on his trousers starts spreading. So you, a small little forest gnome, has made a 5'8" grown man piss himself just by glaring at him.
That's my part done. Aja, we don't know what happened there, but we need to ask, for us to sort this all out, we need to ask you to give us permission to go through the further dark area beyond this introduction area, let's call it.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's break this down. So step one is obviously getting those guards away from my entrance. I'll deal with that, because these guys, you sure you've got a wizard's hat? I'm assuming you're a wizard. However, I doubt that you're going to be happy to change portals. It takes a lot of doing. So I'll deal with that. So step two is why? Why do you want to go further into the dark area, especially when it's a trusted area?
Because
and time after time, you guys are showing that you can't be trusted. But yes, please go
we can be
ahead.
trusted. We're looking for someone that this Genesis guy over here has given us some information on the little girl Vex that we're looking for. A scientist has dragged her in this dark area to what we feel could be possibly to perform some tests. I don't know, but he goes under the name of Rill, and it looks like a fish.
So Aja kind of looks at you with suspicion. Really, he says?
Yes.
Well, he's right. He is down here. He's a... Why did you say scientist? He's a shopkeeper.
I think there's a little more to him than people think.
Leans in. You saying he's one of the cultists?
Quite possibly.
Alright then. Well,
He looks like a fish, yeah?
yeah, I knows where he is. He's in
Yeah,
Catalusis.
that's him. That's him.
Catalusis, one of the shops in the entrance area. You don't need further access, and I'm not going to give you further access unless there's a real, genuine reason. So, you can toodle off to Catalusis, deal with Rill. I don't care what you just do, just sort it. Genesis, you and me, boy, we're going to have a talk at some point. And I'm going to go find Gregor. We're going to have a real good talk.
He's in the armor shop.
Why, thank you, Deeks.
I was just going to say, as a last call for me, I was just going to turn around to the group and say, let's go in with a plan. But everyone's gone. So.
As you say that, we shift the focus over as Deeks, Ezador, Genesis start to come up with a plan of sorts as Arja stomps off angrily. As he does, we pan the camera back over to Gregor. Just a heads up, this is probably going to be the last scene. Just because, I'm well aware of time at this point. However, Gregor, we pan the camera back now as you creak open the door to the armor by Civilis. You can see as you're entering the dark
Syphilis!
Civilis.
I do apologize. Syphilis.
Oui. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Do you remember me?
Oui, les bleus dragonborn. You wanted how you say Hammer. Undead. Les morts. Hammer.
Yes. I've not got to be able to try it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Also, armor. I think you've got something for me.
Oui, I just said the armor. Mort armor.
Armor.
What did you think I was saying? Oh, no. The, Sylvis will have...
Oh, yes, of course.
Purchased that for you. Oui. No. Leon Deadbane armor, she is ready for you. You put down 10% deposit, so 2,700 gold. See you
right.
Just boom.
There we go.
Are you handing it loose or in a bag?
Loose.
Just spills onto the floor.
Sorry about that.
Perfect. As we say in my homeland. Nonetheless, I'll wait right here, idiot. and I will fetch the armor. Pour voir.
Brilliant.
Just kind of walks out, and you hear again.
Did he call me an idiot?
Maybe. You hear more rustling and stuff as he's chucking stuff. And then
I'm just thinking in my head, did he call me an idiot?
am I going to have to kill someone else today? He comes back out holding a dark, kind of like a top half of some dark red armor. The majority of it, as he's approaching, where it's dark red, looks to be red leather. But despite this, there are numerous metallic inlays kind of like dotted around it, like in quite intricate patterns, as well as kind of like studs printed onto them. As he hands it to you, kind of like just with both hands, kind of like passes it across gently like a parcel. You see that these areas are made out of silver. And not only that, but the very front of it has more silver etched into it. Roll me a religion check, please, with advantage.
$14.
14. You don't know much about him, but you've seen this tree before. You know that this is a tree of Lathander that has been emblazoned on the front of your chest piece.
Lathander.
Oui, l'opposite of les morts, of les death, yes. Lathander, life, rebirth. You wanted to fight against the undead, oui? Lathander, life, rebirth. Opposite les morts.
Well, I definitely want to do that, but after today, I've been fighting against the living as well.
Oh, no. C'est not good. Mon copain.
No, not good at all, unfortunately.
Maybe you should, how you say, direct your anger elsewhere. Like les morts, les undead. Oui.
From this point on, I think I will do that.
Oui. Nonetheless, I will give you description of the armor.
Oh, yes, please.
Oui. Allows you to do... That's the wrong one. Has the silver imbued in it, allowing for the damage taken by the werewolves and vampires and undead in general to be reflected back by un de huit. That is 1d8.
1d8.
GCSE French coming in handy there. Un de huit. Excess damage from that roll is taken back by the user. So let us say that, let's say basically that an undead hits you for 10 points of damage. You get that entire 1d8 reflected back at them, so they take 8 points of damage. You, however, still take 2 points. Let's take
Just
that
2
10
points.
Yes, because that's the remainder. Let's take that 10 points of damage again and say that you only get a 2. So 2 points of damage are reflected back at the attacker. Only when it's undead, vampires, werewolves, that type of stuff. And you would take 8 points of damage.
Right, yeah, so I'm just rolling for whatever's more safer, in a way.
Pretty much. You're rolling to see how much damage you're going to bounce back on them. And any damage that isn't bounced back, you take yourself.
Right.
Think of it kind of like the inverse of your life drinker.
Okay, brilliant.
Additionally, you get a 2 AC, so +2 to your AC when you're wearing this.
Okay.
And as mentioned before, has legendary effects. However, they Yes, please.
That's, I'm sorry, what?
Surprise.
A surprise.
An additional bonus, as it were.
What is this?
I'm not going to tell you what the bonus is. That is why it's a surprise. However, I can tell you, to unlock the bonus, you must kill up to 10 undead creatures.
Okay.
And please, both you and the little gnome that came in previously, who has further legendary stuff that I've previously told about, please could the person controlling your characters keep track of it rather than me keep track, please, because I'm not going to remember when you guys have killed 10 of each.
Yes,
Much
of course.
obliged.
So you had dicks in here as well.
Oh, oui, le petit gnome.
The mushroom armor. Fantastic.
Oui. Le petit mushroom campignon. Oui.
Magnificent. You do good job. I'm just going to try and put this armor on.
Just kind of clunks on and just straps. It fits nice, and it gives you a nice warm glow on the inside.
Yeah. This feels right. Lathander, you say?
Oui. Oh, oui. Could be, you follow Lathander?
I would like to.
Could be a good, how you say, side quest later if you are, let's say, un cleric of Talos. You do not want to be. You could be cleric of Lathander. Side quest.
Very true.
Nonetheless, it has been a pleasure having you in one shot.
I just got to shake his hand.
He kind of clasps your hand and gives it a shake.
Good doing business with you. Now, better find my friends.
As you turn and start walking out, you hear the doors just slam open. As in walks a very, very visibly irate Aja. His chain, whip with the kind of curved blade on the end, is no longer wrapped around his arm. He's kind of let it loose. So around about 3 or 4 foot of chain is dangling off the edge of it. As he's walking through, you see paper kind of start rising and shuffling as gusts of wind are encircling him. His skin has started to turn translucent, and you can see his hair is whirling around violently. Now, Gregor. When was you gonna tell me that you're a fucking guard killer and a snitch? Huh? Now, guard killers, that's fine, but a snitch? Fail me once, Gregor. Shame on you. Fail me twice. Well, shame on me. Fail me for a third time, though, in my area, of all places. Well, I think we need a good, long chat. And hopefully it don't end up in you going wherever the fuck Ragnarok and Ivik went.
I'm sorry, what did I do again?
Hi everyone, Tom here again. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who has watched or listened to this episode of Rollcast. The Reaper, the Maelstrom, and the Thief is a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign by Rollcast. This episode is featured JB as Deeks, Coogan as Gregor the Last, Gareth Ryan as Isidore Calderos, and Tom Crab as the DM. Intro, midpoint, and outro music were, as usual, provided by JB. Editing and sound mixing was done by Tom Crab. As always, a big thank you to the artists that provided the songs that we've used for this session. Their generosity in allowing smaller content creators like ourselves to use their music and ambiences is really a big help, and lets us create things that we really wouldn't be able to without them. If you like what you've heard in terms of the music this session, I highly recommend checking out this episode's description for the links to all of the tracks that we've used. But of course, special thanks goes to Adrian von Ziegler, Alexander Nakarada, CO.AG Music, Darren Curtis Music, Kevin McLeod, Michael Gelfi Studios, Scott Buckley, and The Seventh Midnight. Rollcast is on Facebook, X, and YouTube. You can find us on all of them using the handle @CastThatRoll. So if you've watched this one on YouTube and you like what we do, why not like the video and drop us a sub? It really helps get us out there. We've also got all of our previous episodes up in our Season 1 playlist, so why not go through that as well, catch up, and give those episodes a like. Our social media profiles have information about upcoming episodes, clips from the latest episode, and just us really interacting with the larger D&D and podcasting communities, so look for us out there. Again, you can find us on Facebook, X, and YouTube, all on the handle @CastThatRoll. Don't want to watch but still want to listen? We've got your back. Look for Rollcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, Good Pods, and all other podcasting platforms. Or, alternatively, why not add our RSS feed so you never miss an episode? If you have listened to this episode using your favourite podcasting app, why not drop us a review? It really does help, and it also lets us know what to improve upon for future episodes. Thank you again to everyone who has watched or listened to this episode. We're now definitely getting towards the end point of this chapter, and having just filmed the penultimate episode, some crazy shit is going to go down very, very soon. Before that though, we have Christmas. So, like a lot of other creators, we're going to be taking a break over this holiday period to celebrate. So we'll see you for episode 27 on the later date of the 17th of January. And from there we'll be publishing the last couple of episodes of the season every fortnight. Until then though, stay safe, have a good Christmas and New Year, and we'll see you next year at the table. Listening, I'm just also getting my head out the window because it's so fucking warm.
Oh God.
I'm just taking the moments when I can. Okay.
Right, let's do it. Let's get in.
Yeah,
Right, let's go. Yeah,
go.
let's do some
Do some D&D.
Yeah.
All day, son. All day.
That was weird.
Yeah. A little bit odd was that one, but you know. Oof.
I liked it. It was a bonding moment for us all.
Give us energy.
Right.